Oh, we're ready, guys. We're fucking ready. Let's go. Epic the musical. Of what is to come cannot be outrun, but only been dealt with right here and now. I don't think you're ready. Oh boy, guys. I am so excited for this. This is gonna be big. To get my thoughts out on this in particular, finally cementing my thoughts on this whole musical. I'm very nervous for this. Very nervous for it. I've been scared to do this, but I couldn't be happier than to be doing it with somebody I trust dearly in the music and writing world. Mr. IsaacAnzu, an absolute legend. We're going to be trying to rank this as best as we can. We're going to have our own tier lists. So I'm going to have mine, he's going to have his. But we'll be discussing it and going it back and forth and taking your guys' opinions on this as well. And we'll kind of see how everyone feels about it when it's all said and done. So I'm very nervous for this, but it's going to be a good time. So let's get Mr. Isaac on call. Let's get good old Isaac on here and let's go ham. Wait for the bit. Mr. Isaac. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
It's so good to have you, buddy.
Okay, all right.
How you doing?
I'm sorry. I have to mute your stream real quick.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yes. Hello.
So good to have you, buddy. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've had the opportunity.
Yes, it has.
But
oh
it's
been ages.
Yeah, it's been ages. But man, what an absolute treat to have you back.
Thank you.
I gotta say before we get into anything in particular, Isaac, the fucking champ, Isaac. This guy went ahead for 2 straight months and did like insane huge breakdowns of every single epic song, like 1 song a day. Like it was like fucking like 4 to 10 paragraphs a day, just like on initial thoughts, and then every conversation after that initial thought. And the fact that you put all that effort in just to be prepared for this, big shout out, big thanks for that. Really appreciate it.
I mean, I don't know if I put it in to be prepared for this. Also, apparently, you need to turn me up.
Yeah, I've been cranking you up.
Okay, excellent. I don't know if I put all of that effort in to prepare for this,
well,
but
but the fact that you took the time to listen to something I recommended is something I very much appreciate.
Of course.
And you came out with something that you ended up appreciating as well, which is great.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful, wonderful musical. And I it kind of helped me appreciate like I do love analysis stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it made me appreciate how much work goes into it. You know, there is an art to education and research. And I was, looking up stuff about the original, and I was learning from you and Celine Heidelman about the creation of this musical itself. And then, of course, I was studying the music intently. It was really, really fun. It's just
Yeah,
fun.
I love breaking things down to like their core and being like, what makes this tick? What makes this special? Because it's like I find that if you're not in the world of breaking things down, or maybe don't have that expertise in like the writing or the music like world, like you enjoy it on that fundamental level, which is wonderful. But being able to break it down and see exactly all the little things that the ways that it works so well, the things that really make it click, or those little secrets that you can enjoy later on repeat listenings and viewings, and it's like that's what really like gets it for me. I love art that just keeps giving you little things constantly. Like
Yeah.
that is like what that is the best, and being able to find that and dissect that. That's good. That's some good stuff.
Good shit. Good shit. Um, I
So I figured a good way for us to do this today is that
yes.
we will be listening through the epic the musical all the way through.
Ooh.
And
Oh boy. All
yeah.
right, let's go.
and I would like, because I don't think you've seen any of the animatics yet either.
I have not. I have not watched any animatics.
So I would love for you to have the chance to also watch the animatics with me on this.
Oh, yeah, I would love to.
Especially because there
Uh,
is I'm curious if a visual representation changes your mindset on certain moments and certain songs in the musical, or if it doesn't. Like I'm curious if that changes any effect on the musical for you as well. If there's a visual aspect that also elevates anything for you, or if it's just a writing and musical like thing like overall. It's like I can mostly see that I can appreciate the animations, but the music stands on its own anyway. But I'm interested if the animation does change any aspect of your viewing.
I'm a very visual person, honestly. Even though I love music, I'm still very, very visual, so it probably will distract me completely.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I've listened to the music a lot, so
Yeah. It's,
um,
haven't we all?
I also have an ad going soon, so
Yeah,
for the next few
yeah,
minutes.
we'll wait for the ads to go through, because I have one that's just about to go through as well right now. So we'll let the ads do their things, and then
See you later, Demi.
we'll
Um,
jump straight in.
yeah, why don't we just catch up on other stuff like how you been, what you've been working on, what's new.
Whew. I mean, for me, I teach piano now, so that's been my main focus outside of the stream stuff, which is great
Very cool.
because that also I didn't realize until I started teaching regularly just how much better my skills have gotten just overall. Like that's a weird thing I didn't think would happen. Like my sight reading is way better. My ear is way better, which that was an odd one. I definitely wasn't expecting my ear to get so much better. But I'm like, I guess I have to have like those things have to be better at the same time to like help with the teaching process. But it helps
Yeah,
me.
of course.
But then I also get to enjoy that music a lot more, which is so fun. I am loving every bit of it, and the fact that I get to talk about music and what makes music cool every day. That's some good stuff. That's great. And then other than that, it's just been the stream lifestyle. You know, it's like I released a big YouTube video recently that was
Streamer
really
life.
fun. So if you
Oh,
haven't
nice.
if you haven't seen the fake shiny Pokemon quiz, go watch it. I think it was really fun. It was a great time making it. I got another big project working.
I actually do need to get on that because I bet my wife would be able to pass that test.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, she's really loves her Pokemon.
I really
And it would
want you
be
to get her to watch it because I really want to know what she gets. I really want to know her score.
honestly, it would be cool if I finally found something that she's not good at with Pokemon.
Honestly, it's hard. It's a hard one. It's not easy. So if she gets it, if she does like actively like go through it and watch it, I'm so intrigued to find out what she scores. And then
I'll have to send it over.
what about you, Isaac?
Uh,
What's your been what's it kind of been like for you as of late?
well, since my conclusion of the epic um, analysis, that took over my life for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but I've been trying to focus more on my own writing, my own art, you know, and doing all that analysis on Epic really did inspire me. So I've been doing more kind of chord charts and chord analysis and songy sort of melodies.
That's so nice.
Uh,
I love that.
yeah, as opposed to just doing, you know, commission work, which it's kind of funny. The more that I focus on doing music, the more things like creep up. I have like 3 commissions right now, and that's the most I've ever had at once. So,
Yeah, kind of funny how that works out, eh?
yeah.
But I like that little bit of inspiration that like like you're more driven more than ever to like just get into things and be more creative for yourself. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah. And honestly, I've been writing lyrics as well, and it's been really necessary and nice to finally get that organized and going.
Well, the best, one of my favorite things about you in particular as well is that you're not just like a music guy, but you're also a heavy like writing guy as well. Like you're just a smart dude, and I can handle like the music side of things. You know, I click buttons. I know how buttons work on piano. I can relate to that. But words are hard. Words are hard for me. So
Yeah.
to see you thrive in both aspects is just like a really cool thing to watch.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Uh, I do I have a no, I don't think I have a unifying kind of like um motivation behind those because I feel like art for me is how I get through things or how I kind of enshrine things in my life. And I tend to do different art for different things, right?
Yeah.
So if I have some dark emotions and I want to get my emo, edgy feelings out, writing is amazing for that. But if it's something where I want to just like, you know, revel in the uh, glorious emotions that are possible in art, that's music for me. And then of course I do other stuff like theater stuff for even other reasons, right? And game design I do for other reasons, and uh you know, streaming I do for other reasons, right? It's all different types of art, and it's all different parts of myself.
Yeah. It's nice to have
And
all like so many
yeah,
outlets.
I am multitudes.
Do you think that helps with burnout for you? Do you think like because you have so many different like ways to outlet your emotions or your feelings or your ideas that you don't get particularly burnt out on anything, or does it like all still kind of culminate like together in like if you get like a burnout phase, like can you separate it from thing to thing, or is it all like a collective like me as an me doing art is exhausting right now and I need a break.
So I think that there's a lot of different ways to get burnout, and they all kind of um, you kind of have to approach them and treat them differently. Like one of the most common ones that I see in tabletop RPGs, which is another art form that I enjoy, is people kind of um, getting burnt out on a particular story or character that they're playing, right? Or having to write every week after week. And when you have something like that, then that is sort of a question of expectations of yourself versus others. You have to start to look inward and say, what am I really wanting? What do I really want to do? And maybe the answer is, you want to go do a dragon hunting campaign, not this silly, like, city political bullshit, right? Maybe that's all it takes is interrogating yourself and figuring out what you want.
Yeah, it
Other,
really like a breakdown of yourself and like like in a very broad sense, like a change of scenery
yeah,
is typically what I
and
find is what
and,
usually helps.
yes, and I find the more confident I get in my art, um, the less I experience that, because if I know from the beginning that I want to do the dragon campaign, I'm just going to do the dragon campaign, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to cater my I'm not going to cater to my group that wants to do like a big city political campaign. But if my group wants to have politics in their game, well, hey, we can have some politics on the dragon hunt, but I have to be confident in my art that I'm doing something that I want to do. The more confident I get in my art, the less of that kind of burnout I get, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I do find that there are other, like I said, there are many types of burnout, and in particular, I think there's the type of burnout where you know that you want to do something, and you know that it's good for you, and you just have trouble bringing yourself to do it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um, and for that, I tend to resort to the words of Mark Twain, who said, a person with writer's block is someone who needs to figure out a new way to write.
That's such a good
And
one.
and I think that there are as many ways to make art as there are people in the world. And when I'm feeling particularly stuck, especially when it's something that I have to do or something that I know is good for me or that I need to do, I will fuck with it. I'll mess with it. I'll change my expectations. I'll go watch like a video on, I don't know, like Mega Man, and I'll say like, how can I turn that into writing? Right?
Yeah.
I'll like literally anything.
Yeah, going
Connect ideas in any possible way, and the end result is that you will be making art, and that's the goal.
it's like as long as you can get to that goal, that's what matters.
Yeah.
All right. See, this is
But
exactly why I
there
brought you
there
on, because you're so fun to talk to.
there oh, thank you. Honestly, I don't think there is a goal, so to speak, and the end of one epic journey is the beginning of another. So
Fucking
perhaps we should end this epic conversation and start
and
an
start
epic conversation.
an epic conversation. God, so smooth. Couldn't have been any smoother there. So here's what I'll do for you. Let me send you the playlist link, and because I figure that'll be easier.
Send me the animatic playlist link.
So here we go. We're gonna copy this.
You could also you could also share it on the Discord.
Yeah, I can also just do that if you'd like. Either option works.
Let me just make sure. Okay, and then this.
I will share this.
Advanced audio properties.
Epic the musical reference. Let's go. Hey, chat.
Holy
we're going.
Shit.
Chat.
Epic the musical.
Chat. Did you know we're going full speed ahead into this analysis? Oh my god.
I'm greeting the analysis with open arms.
I'm gonna bring the good points.
I will say before we get started, though, I really did appreciate that in the image that you made, and if you haven't seen the image, I retweeted it on Blue Sky, so you could definitely go check that out. But in that image, you did place me on top of Cersei's.
Yeah. I'm just so cool like
image,
that, you know.
Which is the Chimera.
Yep.
Classic.
I'm just a smart guy like that, you know. It's like I you know what? And I was like, well, this is just gonna work too nicely. This is just wonderful the way that this lines up. And it's funny because like most promo, I put myself on the right side, but I literally saw that and went, I mean, I could though.
You could.
And it's gonna be really funny, especially with your feelings on the Cersei saga.
Yeah,
I think
we'll
we'll get to that. But we should start it. We should get this train rolling.
Okay, well, so just so we're all aware, like this first animatic is 2 songs in one.
Yeah, so we're gonna and you know what? I do in my head pair The Horse and the Infant and Just a Man together. But what we'll do is we'll pause the animatic in between both songs so that we get time to discuss each of them. Okay. But let's start our epic quest here, and let's have our listen into the first song, The Horse and the Infant. Let's dive in.
Let's go.
All right, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay.
Hold up.
Yep.
You did actually share the screen. Okay.
Yeah, I did share it. Yeah.
All right. That explains why I was hearing it twice.
Yeah.
I have it up on mine. I have it up on mine.
Okay, so I do have to share it, or I don't.
No. Let's just watch it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, ready to go?
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
10 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here.
I will say it's easy to forget because of the like open arms and his general like shock and horror at losing his men.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember that he's actually like a general.
Yeah, like he's a leader of like an army. Like you do really forget that at some point.
And he fought in this war. He wasn't just like the guy in the horse.
No, he was in. Yeah, he fucking went for it.
That's a very pretty Penelope design.
I know. I love Gigi is probably my favorite person who does animatics. They have my favorite one for.
A few of theirs.
Just wait till we get to Ruthlessness. I'll just say that. Oh, actually, the
That's one of my
Saga,
favorite songs in the musical. So you know.
Actually, Monster. Wait till Monster. Oh man. Look at him go.
Zeus is just like so.
Gotcha.
Very,
was
very,
that?
A vision
very Disney Hercules inspired beard there.
Oh,
cannot
yeah.
be outrun, can only be dealt with right
And then very
here and
Mufasa-esque here.
Tell me how.
now. I don't think you're
Simba. Oh, wait, wrong.
meant
No,
a
you're not my.
mission
That's not my
to
son.
kill someone's son. A foe who won't run.
This
unlike
is
anyone
CNN.
you have faced before.
Say no more. I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're
I like that
ready.
Zeus is kind of like referenced as the eagle and Athena's referenced as an owl. I think that's really neat. That we keep seeing bird imagery.
It's just an infant.
Especially considering
It's
like
just
a sharp-eyed eagle is kind of the hunter of the day, and sharp-eyed owl is hunter of the night. Thematically, it starts to set them at odds.
This is the son of
which
none
we'll see
other than
eventually later,
Troy's very
right.
own Prince Hector.
God, you
Know
don't
that
love it.
you'll grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you
Also, this
consumed
infant is
by age.
a fair amount older than I expected. That is a toddler, not an infant.
I mean, that's like. I don't think that thing can walk. If it can walk on its own, then
I
maybe.
could raise him as my own, or send him far away to find. Make sure his past is never gone.
He's got better hair than me.
Down on my knees for ya. I'm begging, please.
Not a baby.
Please
not a
don't
baby.
make me do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is who.
I think I was a little bit ahead of you because
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
break.
Yeah, you know what? For a second too there, I was kind of like, what if Odysseus is just tweaking out, and like it's just a bird, it's a bird landed there, and he's thinking it's Zeus just like talking to him, and he's just losing it. It's like, oh, poor dude.
What if Odysseus never went home, and in fact the entire trip was just a trip?
It was just a family vacation.
And he's just been on mushrooms the whole time. He's like, it's the sirens. Like, no.
Ben
Dad,
Elby's like,
come on.
Odie, come on, we can't do this every day. Give me a break. So,
All
Horse
right.
and the Infant. So, the first song in the musical sets up the tone for what we're going to see for the rest, right?
And it's a super strong intro.
Yeah.
And so for me, this is pretty damn good and Jorge popped off.
Yeah.
Because and the reason I would put Jorge popped off is because of the excellent flow in the beginning,
Yeah.
right? Like him doing all of those things, like directing his army completely in pattern and time and rhyme. That's some sick writing. That's a popped off to me. The rest of the song is all right. It's a strong intro.
Yeah, I think it's a strong intro. And you know what? And when looking at some of Jorge's work from before Epic, a lot of his sound before Epic was very Lin-Manuel Miranda like inspired.
It's
and you
all
can,
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, and you
inspired.
like you still see that influence like in Epic, but like even
Sure.
more so like there's definitely like stuff that he had done before where I was like this could just be Lin-Manuel Miranda. The Epic feels like Jorge. It feels like Jorge, whereas previous stuff did not. So it's really impressive that even from the first song, that he was able to nail down something that, you know, is clearly inspired by Lin, but is still like Jorge's. It's not like, oh, you just wrote a Lin-Manuel thing and sung over it. It's like, no, this was Jorge's thing, which is nice to see. It's like he was able to take that inspiration and make it his own, which is wonderful. And I'm in the same camp as you, where I think Jorge popped off. This is pretty damn good. And I think I am more inclined to put this one in This Is Pretty Damn Good. I think that's kind of where I'm sitting with it. I love listening to this one, and I think the reason I probably put it in this tier over Jorge Popped Off is I mentioned that how I really see The Horse and the Infant and Just a Man as like both the opening number. I see them as a double feature opening numbers. And for me, spoiler, Just a Man is the one where I go Jorge Popped Off, or I might even put it in the top tier myself. Just for what it does setting up the rest of the themes of the musical.
Yeah.
Without getting too much into Just a Man specifically. I like what it does for setting up and what it does musically to set up for the future. What, like, that coming back so often. Where The Horse and the Infant isn't like, it's not referred to as often. It does set us up for everything, but it's not like a very pivotal piece for like the rest of what's to come in the grand scheme of things, unless you're bringing in the discussion of Just a Man with it.
Okay, I think I'm pretty much in agreement. I'm placing it pretty high and pretty damn good. But I will say, as an aside, I think that these opening songs, especially this Just a Man and Open Arms, and let's be honest, Full Speed Ahead, it really shows for me that he thought out the entire musical before it was released.
Yeah.
Right. And to your point, like, this is the one that sounds like Jorge. I think that this probably started as a Hamilton ripoff sound.
Yeah.
But writing the whole musical and then going back and rewriting the whole musical to fit itself, I think solidified the unique voice that we hear in the music.
Yeah, and the quality like really shines because of that. I think one of my favorite things is that he has a lot of he's released snippets of like things that were cut and songs that were cut and things like that from like the process of making musical over the years. And he's even said like people have asked for him to like release a lot of like the cut songs of Epic as like its own thing, and he always says there are more cut songs from Epic than there are songs in Epic. Like there is so much that he has gone through over the years where it's not feasible for him to release all that work because it took so much revision, so much going over every little aspect of this musical to get to this point.
And honestly, if that isn't just a great example of the kind of like focus and dedication that it takes to put something of this scale together, like.
Yeah, and I think that's like one of the most commendable things. Like that's the thing I probably respect the most with any form of like large art project like this, movies too. I think Brad Bird says this a lot when he made The Incredibles. There was a lot of scenes and a lot of moments in The Incredibles that Brad Bird personally like really loved the moment, and they had animated like large parts of certain things, and he was like, I had to cut it. We had to cut it because it just wasn't going to work anymore with what we were trying to do. And it sucks to like lose something that like you really love for the betterment of the entire project. And I think like people who are able to do that over and over again, over and like all that work that you put in and, you know, throwing that away for something new that eventually till it does work is like such a cool thing to like. I find that inspiring very much to like see that process, because it's like you can like like for me, if I'm trying to create something and make something, if I have to like stop and restart, it can feel demoralizing slightly, because I'm like, what was the point of all that work? But that work is what lays the groundwork for your better stuff going forward. And I love that is expressed through Jorge's like entire creation process of the musical. I love that. That's one of my favorite things.
Absolutely. And we were talking a little bit about confidence in your art earlier. I think that being willing to pour over a piece of art until it's right is one of the most confident things you can do as an artist. And he really has to believe in it and himself. And it takes time to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So good start, really great start to the musical. And
Half an hour in,
half
one
an hour
song
in,
down.
one song done. This will be fine. No, you can
All right, shall
watch Kana. We're going song by song. You can definitely watch. It's very nice to see you. If
Just
you,
watch the entire thing and you'll won't be spoiled because
yeah, that's it. You just watch the
see
whole
entire
thing. It's that easy. You could probably watch it all before we're done this. So, but we're gonna keep the train going. Let full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
You could be well into the third saga with just the amount of time we've spent on the first song.
Yeah.
Go watch it and come back.
Yeah, we'll still be here. Don't worry. All right, let's get into Just a Man.
Just a Man.
I look into your eyes and I think back to the son of mine. You're
Not a baby. That's not an infant. That's a toddler.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would go infant-ish.
Well, that's actually a thing in a lot of media. Babies are a lot younger than you might think from movies because they can't actually use real babies.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair too, right? It's the same thing with people who do like adults who play high school students, right?
Oh my God, yeah. You can play a high school student until you're almost 30. If you have the right face.
I look at Hannah Montana's brother. He was like, what, in his 30s?
Jeez, yeah, baby face. Oh, nice, the bed.
The bed.
The bed! Spoilers!
Oh, no, the bed!
But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster?
When does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a man become a monster?
I'm just a man.
Gotta have the increased frame rate on that last.
Yeah. Oh man, you know it's a big. The animation budget went sky high there.
Last shot, we gotta have twice as many frames per second.
God.
Even though it's all hand drawn.
So, what do you think? Just a Man. What is your initial thoughts?
One thing I will say that was in my analysis is the song on its own does not confirm whether or not he actually goes through with it. At the end, even his cries of "forgive me" could be because he's defying the gods, not because he's defying his own sense of morality.
Yeah.
But we do find out that he drops that baby, yeets that baby.
Yeah, he eats that baby
later. He eats that baby later. We find out. So
take that baby and I eat it off a tower. that is one of the cut songs, by the way. So funny, Jesus. For me, immediately, I think this is my first Olympus tier. I think I'm gonna throw it up there. I think for the sole fact of I love this dynamic and this theme that's immediately set up. And I'm constantly impressed with how it's reused throughout the musical by different people at different times. And I think if you just listen to the song on its own, I think it's at least like a Jorge popped off like on its own. But as a tool used for the rest of the musical as well, I think that's what puts it up into the Olympus tier for me. I think that's why I like some of the songs in like the earlier sagas I can put a little bit higher in my head because of their significance going forward as well. Not just like on a themes like side of things, but as a motif side of things for the music and how that's like brought back over and over and over again. Because it wouldn't hit as hard later in the musical if it didn't hit hard at the beginning. If it didn't mean something first, it wouldn't mean something later. And I think that just speaks to the power of this opening in particular.
Good points. Agree. The thing I will say, and I think this will become a theme throughout our tier listing, is I'm a much bigger fan of the payoffs than the buildups.
Yeah.
And for me, Just a Man is kind of same arguments, same. It's kind of in between tiers, but just like a tier lower, right? Yeah. I think it's a great song, better than Pretty Damn Good. It is a great song. I think that the callbacks make it great, and I'd rather reserve the Olympus tier for the callbacks.
Yeah, I think I think that's fair. I think that's a fair point to have for it as well. I think that just comes down to like, you know, personal preference of what you appreciate on like that individual level, right? It's like you said, like you appreciate that payoff more. I appreciate that build up more. So it's like you get that kind of dynamic like between that, right? Which is great. I love being able to like have that discussion on it and be like, okay, yeah, like that is a very fair dissection between the both of us there. I can't wait for when we get a song that we're both completely opposites on. It's going to be really fun.
It will happen. I don't know what it is going to be, but it will happen.
I know exactly where it's going to start.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, fair.
But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Shall we go full speed ahead?
I said, you know what, Isaac? I think that's a great idea. Let's full speed ahead.
Animatic by Wolfie the Witch.
Another one that we'll see probably a few times throughout the compilations.
600 men under my command, with only one goal in mind.
Make it back alive to our homeland.
600 men, 600 miles of open sea. But the problem's not the distance,
it's what lies in between.
And did they cause way?
Good foreshadowing.
My kingdom is waiting. Penelope's waiting for me. So for speed ahead.
Oh, he's so cute, you know. That baby killer, he's so cute.
He really slims down without the armor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they ran out of food. That might be a good reason.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah.
They're starving. Ooh.
So Captain, what's the plan?
Watch where the birds fly. They will lead us to land. There will
Now, something to know, if the birds are flying towards the land of the lotus eaters, them birds are high.
Yeah, oh, those birds are high as hell. Oh, damn. Just like Odie on his drug trip.
Yeah.
Oh, apologies.
Isn't it so stereotypical? You're on a drug trip, the first thing you think of is drugs.
Yeah, that's the first thing that you're thinking about. It's already on your mind.
Yeah.
You and I'll go ahead.
I noticed that a lot of the designs for Polities have him in glasses.
Turns out they did have glasses around this time.
Very cool.
So it's like, hey, good to know.
Now full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
Polities gives a full.
Like...
Yeah. Polities just happy to win.
So. He's like, damn, is there a bag I can open sometime soon?
It's like, God, I hope I get to open a bag. God, if only. All right, so full speed ahead. I will say,
obviously, also another song that really cements itself as a major theme of the musical as a whole.
Yeah, and just on a song itself basis, this song slaps. I'm a big fan of this one. I just love listening to this one. I love the percussion in this song in particular. I feel like it just kicks into gear, like, and it like I love when that chorus comes in this song. It just, that main full speed ahead motif just, oh, it's good. I love that. I big fan of that.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty damn good song. And it gets better the further you go, of course.
Yeah.
And I have to also give it props for neatly introducing the perspectives of Odysseus's lieutenants.
Yeah, the fact that you get both an idea of Eurylochus and Polites like immediately, and with very little dialogue, with very little do they get like a lot out of like what both of their kind of mindsets are, and that's very impressive to get that.
I like it.
Yeah, it just works. It pushes everything forward. It introduces new characters very strongly in very limited time, and it's a beat. Damn, just a damn good beat. I just love this.
I am in the pretty damn good tier for this one as well.
I think that's respectful. I'm gonna put this in the Jorge popped off. Just completely biased on like this song I could listen to over and over. I don't think it's like the pinnacle of like the writing and the pinnacle of like the songwriting that we see in like other work and other songs in here. But like my bias, like I think this is more reasonably probably good in the pretty damn good category. But like, damn, I could listen to this one like consistently nonstop. And, like if I'm playing Monster Hunter, this is like on constantly for me while I'm running around slaughtering monsters. I am going through full speed ahead. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. I like that one. I got one song from the Troy Saga in the top 3 tiers so far. So I'm worried about my bias here.
I mean, it's a good piece of media, right? It's gonna skew high.
Yeah.
How many immediate skips are we actually going to have?
I don't know, honestly.
I don't want to scroll down and find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Let's go. Let's keep going. Full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead.
Let's get some open arms, baby.
You can relax, my friend.
Cheeky.
The
Look at that
I can
cheeky.
tell
Cheeky-
you're getting
cheeky little
nervous,
boy.
So do yourself a service and try to relax, my friend. And find polities. Think of all that we have been through. We'll survive what we get into. I know that you're tired of the war and bloodshed. Tell me, is this how we're supposed to live? Look at how you grip your sword.
Dang, and I thought
Why
the
should we take what we
Odysseus
can give?
Eurylochus queer baiting was
Yeah,
strong.
no. The Polities queer bait is way stronger.
It's not that hard, I'm telling you.
Oh, he killed him.
Life is amazing when you greet it with
Dead.
open arms.
Dead
Dead.
immediately.
Open
We'll be
arms.
fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, we can light up the world. Here's how to start.
Remember,
Greet
he's
the
a
world
general.
with open
He's a
arms.
general.
Greet the world with
Yeah.
open arms.
He's
Stay back.
flinching from a butterfly.
He's a little on edge. You know, if God spoke to you, then you might also be a little on edge.
We're only here for food.
And on drugs.
Yeah, I
if you were
suppose.
also on drugs.
600 friends are waiting for us to show our faces. Stay back, I'm warning you.
I love the no.
If we don't get back safely, my men will turn this place into blazes. See? This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face,
The
we'll
color-
be fine
the
if we're
color
leading
change.
from
Oh,
the
it's so
heart.
lovely.
No matter the place, we can light up the world.
What is
Here's how
this?
to start. Greet the world with
The
open
realization
arms.
that Odie has.
Open arms. My friend,
It's
I wish
drugs.
that I could say that I agree, but look at the way this fruit is glowing.
There's
It's filled with glowing
so many
seeds. It took me a
of the
while to
little
notice just
lotus
what
eaters
kind
there.
of fruit
Paulie's
they
like
eat.
brain dead
It's a
there.
lotus, it controls your mind and never lets you free. That's what we'd get with open arms.
That's a fair point.
Lotus eaters, I'd like to show my friends
Oh, they're
that
there.
kindness is brave. Could you tell me where there's other food to eat? A cave! You're saying there's a cave where we could feast.
Gary Cave.
And where do we
Scary
sail
cave.
to find this food-filled cave? Thank you.
Ah, the Winions.
This life is amazing
Little idiots.
when you greet it with open arms. I see in your face there's so much guilt inside your heart. So why not replace it and light up the world? Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms. You can relax, my friend.
Man, I'm sure this won't come back to scar us later.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see this Polities guy again.
Yeah, I sure hope that nothing like bad happens to that guy. That'd be unfortunate. Oh man. So open arms. First of all, I think his name's Stephen Dookie. I think that's his name. Hopefully I'm right on.
Polities'
Yeah,
voice.
Polities' voice. I hope I'm right on that. I cannot remember if I know it's around that. But no, he does a great job as Polities, as this light, this like very optimistic worldview voice and character.
Mhm.
It's like this dream of being love for everybody. Come on. We're all good. Everything's all good. And I appreciate the hell out of how he portrays them. How do we feel about Open Arms just on its own on a song basis?
As a song, so, and you know this, but for the benefit of the audience, operas and musicals are generally divided into story sections and solo songs, like emotional songs sung by a single person. And in operas, that is called the arias, when someone sings their heart out emotionally. And then everything in between the arias is the recitative, where the story progresses. And this is a weird combination of the two. Like, it is clearly Politis's aria,
Yeah.
right? But there's so much story happening that I feel like, especially near the end, it feels like it starts to get forced, right?
Yeah, it's like we still need to get somewhere, right?
We
So
still
it's like,
need to do something with this story.
yeah,
right?
it's like we want to get Politis's point across, but we still also have to, set up where we're going at the same time. So it's like he doesn't get to fully enjoy his aria necessarily, I would say.
Yeah,
Uh,
and at the same time, I think his viewpoint suffers a little bit from overemphasis, right? Like,
yeah.
it's kind of being plastered on.
Now, I would
It's
argue maybe
it's
that is potentially like the idea or the point for it is for it to be like
in the full
so much on the
context
nose.
yeah, in the full context of the musical, Politis does represent this pure idea, right? But I think you can have a character who represents an ideal, but if you portray that character as being taken seriously by others, then their ideal is given more weight than if you have that character kind of being catered to unrealistic degree.
Yeah.
And I think especially the end there, where they're like, you know, despite canonically never being able to leave this island, we know of another island where we know there's food, and we're willing to share it with you and tell you all about it because you asked, right? It moves the story forward, and it represents Polity's point of view. It just does it in such like a goofy way that in essence it makes Polity's point of view also a little goofy.
Now, does that
Right.
also but add a slight twinge of like innocence to Polities, where like it hit
It
more?
does.
Does it hit more when we get to like the inevitable action of that? The consequences of this mindset. Does it hit harder because of that later on? Because you get to see
because
like that idealist, like like the idea of open arms, everyone's there for each other, everyone's like is like a wonderful utopia kind of esque idea. It would be great if that was exactly how the world worked.
yeah, but I think and again, like, payoffs, right?
Yeah.
If we said, like, my ideal is that a better world is possible, and you treat me seriously, and we discuss it, and at the end we say, okay, a better world is not possible, but we had a really like heartfelt conversation getting there. Like, that's a powerful moment. Whereas if I say, like, wow, the world's so bright and cheery and perfect, I hope nothing goes wrong, like, you can almost dismiss that immediately.
Yeah.
Right? There's no room for character development because we've already dismissed it.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, later in the musical, Polities represents less of an ideal world, an open arms world, and more of just Odysseus remembering when things were better than they are now. Like a time where he had his friend.
Yeah, a time where he
Right.
had, his men with him. And like I think the only part of the song, and I like that it is placed where it is like the very end, like the last bit that Polites has, because it feels like it gets back down to earth. It feels like he really just like hones in on Odysseus specifically and goes like, hey, I really do see what you are struggling with stuff right now. And it's like if you can learn to greet people warmly, then they'll be there to support you. I think it does come back down to earth a little bit and doesn't be as ham-fisty as like the rest of the song, but like that's a small part of like the entire thing, right?
Yeah.
So even though it's there and it's at the end and it does like give you that more somber, like, you know, down to earth like ending for it, it's like you still had an entire song of him like whee, like all around the place.
Yeah.
So
for me,
yeah,
I
where are you
don't
putting it?
I don't dislike the song. I think it functions. It's not an immediate skip. It's all right, I suppose. It's all right, I suppose.
I think I was borderline it's all right, I suppose, and this is pretty damn good because I still love that main theme and I love how it's used later. But I think you're right. I think that just that little bit of like over campiness and
campiness. Yeah.
It's just,
and this is not a campy musical. Like there are some ridiculous things that are supposed to happen in this musical, but it is not campy. The themes are serious and the consequences are serious, and there are moments and characters that are purposefully campy, sometimes to great effect, sometimes to disastrous effect.
Yeah, I think the idea, because there are definitely moments in this musical that are campy, but I think the difference is that the themes aren't treated as campy. I think that's the thing that sets Open Arms apart from like other songs and other moments in the musical. It's like that shouldn't be the theme itself and the idea itself shouldn't be projected as campy. And I think that's where it loses its value a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, do I still love
Agreed,
Open Arms?
agreed.
Do I still love listening to Open Arms? Of course I do. But in the grand scheme of the musical, I think that makes sense. Alrighty.
Makes sense.
All right, we got one more for the Troy. Our first taste of Athena.
Well, hold up.
Oh, yeah?
Hold up.
Okay.
Just checking something. I think I accidentally turned off Stream Together. There we go.
Oh.
We're back. You have to keep that pop-out open.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, it's good now. We're fine. We're good now. It's back.
Okay.
It's back. We're fine.
All
We're
right.
fine.
Annoying,
okay.
but all right. Annoying, but
annoying,
all right.
but all right. All
Okay.
right. Let's get into the final the final of the Troy Saga. We get Warrior of the Mind, and we're actually going to continue with the same animation style here.
Oh yes.
This is where we get to see Athena's quick thought ability for the first time.
Merxy.
Yeah, we'll see more Merxy later. All right, you ready to go?
I've already started.
I'm. Me too.
You're behind. Come on now.
Totally me too.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you? Athena!
I
Yes,
do love
I-
how quick thought is portrayed. I really love it.
This is not you.
Yeah.
I see you changing from how I've designed
Also,
you.
like, giving your gods anime powers is
Have
just.
you forgotten your
So
It's a
good.
very fun. It's a very fun modern interpretation of
goddess of wisdom?
You can
legendary characters.
Yeah, you can really feel Kingdom Hearts in this
My
musical.
life has one mission.
Oh yeah, for
Create the
sure.
greatest warrior.
Just waiting for Goofy to get hit by a rock and die.
I had a challenge, a test of skill, a magic bar only the best could kill. One day a boy came for the thrill, a boy whose mind rivaled the bar's own will.
Wow, the shipping.
Let's go! Maybe
Yep.
one day he'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I know.
Oh,
he'll
get
change
fucked.
the
No
world
board for you.
because he is a warrior of the mind. Maybe one day I'll reach him and we can build his skills
They're like, hey, play ball, you idiot.
What are you doing?
Show yourself. I know you're watching me. Show yourself. I can see you.
How can
I do
you
love
see through my spell?
in these sort of
And you fell for my bluff. Aha.
things, it's like
Well done,
the
enlighten
gods
me,
are
what's
always
your
like so much
name?
bigger
You
than
first and
the humans.
Yeah,
right? He's up
I
on the
just-
rock,
Yeah,
and
I
he's like
love that.
not even eye level.
You can play this game.
Nah, don't be
I mean, I
modest.
know like
know you're
Odysseus
a
is
goddess, so
younger
let's be
here, but
honest,
even
you
still,
are
like
a
she's big.
badass in the arena.
I also just love
Love,
Athena.
love,
God
a,
damn.
love a big woman.
Love big
Love a
women.
big woman.
Yeah, big women. Let's go.
Time's well spent.
Sounds like a plan. God is a man.
High five.
Best is a friend.
He'll see where it
Oh, no high five.
Maybe one day they'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I know we'll change the world, 'cause we are the warriors of the mind. Maybe one day we'll reach them and we can build their skills as we teach them. If there's a problem, we'll have the answer. We are the warriors of the mind.
Argo reference.
I still intend to make sure you don't fall behind. Don't forget that you're a warrior of a very special kind. You are a warrior of the mind. Don't disappoint me.
Like I do like how the animatics from the same creator kind of link up to each other.
Yeah, it's nice when they do that. It's really cool.
Oh, all right, Nate. Is it gonna be time? Is it gonna be time for you to break your cycle of putting one song per tier, or are you truly going to not spark joy, Warrior of the Mind?
Can you imagine? Like, immediately doesn't spark joy. Immediate skip. This song sucks. No, I'm gonna have to finally break the pattern here. First of all, Tegan is the voice of Athena. She fucking kills
Yes.
it. She fucking every time that she pops up in this musical, she steals the show every time. And on just a fundamental basis of like story wise and music wise, I think this is a like a phenomenal piece. I think what a way to end the Troy saga, honestly. And I think the only like real issue I
agree.
have here, I think the only issue I really have here, and I don't even know if it's like fully an issue or just like me longing for more, but I wish I had more Athena before this. Like I don't feel like I get enough Athena. But like
Well,
that being said,
so-
this isn't the Athena story. This is Odysseus' story. Like she is a supporting
Yeah.
character in the grand scheme of things.
True. She, we talked about this in the analysis, but she kind of ends up going on the journey that we expect Odysseus to go on.
Yeah.
Right. She's the one who ends up, realizing that being quote unquote just a man or just a goddess or whatever, just a human is enough, and the world should be greeted with open arms. She's the one who gets that journey.
Yeah.
But I also understand Odysseus is the main character, and I do like a lot that it's kind of like the gods get the last word, right?
Yeah.
In the first few sagas, a god song ends each one,
Yeah.
right?
And it's always nice to have that. I think it's really cool that, like, if you look at, like, the entire, like, character progression for both Odysseus and Athena, that they start at polar opposites, like, mentality-wise, and then by the end of the musical, they are still polar opposites, but literally on, like, they have switched sides. But they
Yeah.
still are, like good with each other. Like they both understand the viewpoint and why they both have switched, and why it's needed for both of them, like individually. That's such a cool thing, and it's also like it's shown in the music. I mentioned this in the analysis in the musical breakdown of this, but the fact that you can like that Odysseus, even in this song, is having an effect on the way that she presents herself with her main like motif, like warrior of the mind, where she just like holds that note, like she's firm in her belief, like that is what it is. But as the song goes through and as she sings more with Odysseus and talks more with Odysseus, she starts adopting his little like like she starts already immediately changing without even realizing it herself. She's already adapting to Odysseus' worldview without even picking up on it yet.
Agreed.
It's like
it's a great one.
That's good. That slaps. That's real nice. So where are you putting this?
I'm putting this above Just a Man, but still popped off. And this is because Troy Saga is my least favorite saga.
Yeah.
Like, I need room in the Olympus tier. It can't all be Olympus tier for me.
Yeah.
But I will say this is my favorite song of the Troy Saga. Not just the cool powers and thematic beginnings, but also just musically, it is my favorite. Yeah.
And I think I'm right there with you. I'm like, this is a Jorge popped off. Like, it's definitely the highest of that tier so far for me. I think Just a Man thematically sets it as my favorite and sets up again. I love that setup so much that I'm happy to put that one up in the Olympus tier. But I do agree with you that I think Warrior of the Mind is definitely contentious for like the best song in this saga and a fantastic ending to the first saga. Even if it's the least favorite saga for you, it's like it's still like it's nice that it still has such strong moments as well. Yeah, it's just good. It just pops real good. What can we say?
It hits. It hits.
It hits, man. It hits.
All right. That's the first saga done. Only an hour. So
well, you know what? We
eight
spent
more hours.
We spent a good like half an hour, I think, talking before we actually start diving in. So we're gonna start rolling through these. We're rolling through these faster. I think we're gonna be okay.
Let's roll. Let's keep rolling.
Let's keep rolling. Let's start Saga 2. Oh, this is some cute cheese. Oh no.
Oh God.
Over here.
Oh no. Not the sheep.
Look at all this.
Immediately though, if animation wise, look at like the
favorite sheep.
my favorite. How unlucky that he got the favorite sheep. Like, look at all the sheep there. How did you happen to get the favorite? Like, fuck.
I mean,
you. Like, just unfortunate.
Odysseus was unconsciously selecting his target by cuteness.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And like only like looking at it like before the Cyclops shows, they're like, man, this is a really cute sheep. Huh. Weird.
I do, yeah, but I do like that the.
Oh, also, I want to know your opinion on this Cyclops design.
Hey there.
It's very Adventure Time.
I love this thing.
We're just travelers.
Yeah,
Come in peace.
there's a there's an Adventure Time episode where they go to hell, and you get to see what hell looks like in Adventure Time. And this feels very that coded. Honestly, one of the best episodes of Adventure Time of all time.
Gotta love an episode where they go to hell.
Time to drink your blood over where you stand. Your life now is in my hand. Before I'm done, you will learn that it's not someone to take. You came to my home to steal, but now you become my meal. A trade you see, take from you like you took from me.
There's been a misunderstanding. We never came here to steal. But now that I see we've done some damage, maybe you and I can make a deal. I'll give you our finest treasure, so long as we leave alive. You can keep the world's best tasting wine.
Wine?
Have
Oh,
a
wine?
drink, one sip and you'll understand.
How'd you know I was an alcoholic?
A wine so fresh, you'd never wanna eat
It's a drug
human
trip,
flesh
right?
again.
He already had the drug portion of the drug trip. Now he's thirsty.
Gotta
And he
get,
has this
yeah,
entire-
I got dry mouth, you know, so I need something to drink.
You see, gift from
Yeah.
you and a gift from me.
I'd like to thank you. Stranger, what's your name?
My name is Nobody, Nobody, Nobody.
Nobody. For your gift, I've one to reply.
I'm so glad we see eye to
Odie.
eye.
Odie.
Yes, you
The fucking thumbs up.
final
Cheeky bastard.
die.
What? Watch out!
Okay, there you go. It goes right into the next one, so we'll take
Of
take a
course,
pause.
of course, of course.
Such a smooth
Take a pause.
transition though into the next one. My God. But immediately, Polyphemus leading off the Cyclops saga. The one thing I want to say before we go into the music side, just real quick on the animation, the reason why I really love this design of the Cyclops that they made here,
Yeah,
it's just like standard Cyclops is like
big,
you know,
big beefy guy.
big beefy guy with the one eye. You know, it's like we've seen it a million times. It's nice to see something more creative with it, but I think it goes even better with. I love the horse like details that he has with him, because him being spoiler a son of Poseidon. Poseidon has a weird connection to horses, in mythology for whatever reason.
You have to be more specific. You can't just say a weird connection to horses when we're talking about Greek mythology.
He just has a lot of horse imagery around him, which is interesting for the god of the sea. But it's nice that is like shared in Polyphemus as a son of Poseidon, like him literally being like having horse parts to him. I think is like a really interesting connection to make him more monstrous, but to make it more of a clear connection to Poseidon if you don't know that already. I think that's just like a really cool design thing. So I really like that Cyclops design in particular. But outside of that,
Absolutely.
the song itself, I love how the Cyclops sounds. I love its presence immediately. And I love my favorite thing, I think, musically about this song in particular is that it uses the 5 chord so well here.
Yes.
Because for people who don't know what I mean by the 5 chord, a 5 chord is when you're playing, you're omitting the third of the major or minor chord to play just the tonic and the fifth. And what that does musically is that the third note that you remove is the note that really tells you how that chord is supposed to like sound, how it's supposed to feel, right? Whether it's major or it's minor. So when you don't have that there, you don't know the intention that chord is supposed to have. Just like you don't know the intention of Polyphemus in this moment until the end. Like you can't get a read on them 100%. Because of it, and that's so smart. That's so good.
And I also think it works really well with the character in general because we see in Polyphemus's rhyme scheme that he's a simplistic creature, right? He's making the simple rhymes. He's rhyming words with themselves, and stripping down the chords also contributes to this atmosphere of openness and simplicity. Like
Yeah.
very basic, but still imposing because of the instrumentation.
Yeah, it's basics with intention. And I think that's like, because like everyone always said simplicity is, is sometimes is the strongest thing. And that is exemplified here so well. It's like just the idea of just the 5-chord existing and using that to be as simple and blunt as the club to the head. You're right, London.
Wait a minute. He has a club?
A club. So, like again, I not Olympus tier yet, but I think this is a Jorge popped off. I think that is such a smart way to write this character, both lyrically and musically. I'm like, that's so good. That's wicked that he made that connection musically for that. And it's like, yeah, it's simple, but that's exactly why it works so well. It's like it's exactly how you should be using it, and that's perfect. Do I like things that are a little bit more complex, like down the road? Absolutely. But I think for taking that idea and expanding it on a character and like giving that much like feeling to it, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I love that.
I agree with Jorge popped off. I'm just not quite putting it above Troy Saga stuff. I think it's near the end of Jorge popped off for me. Might be the like lowest possible Jorge popped off. We'll have to see. But yeah, I agree. It's a really well constructed piece of music, thematically, instrumentally, harmonically.
Yeah, I think I'll put it right in between. I'm putting it right in between Warrior of the Mind and Full Speed Ahead. I think Warrior of the Mind is still like a cooler, like, again, I like that more complicated like musical style that they go with Warrior of the Mind, but I love just the expert use of the simplicity for Polyphemus that I'm like, yep, Jorge popped off with that. That was a great job. Way to go.
Hell yeah. All right.
Let's go into Survive. Man, I really hope he doesn't have a club.
That would be a disaster.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Also, as a fellow hoof haver, I do love the representation.
Yeah, it's nice to have it, right?
Oh yeah. Hooves are so much more convenient than the feet that humans have. Like, imagine if you just were always able to be barefoot.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, just one more. It's always just one more life. Just one more.
Yeah. Until it's 100 more.
Whoops.
Surround him. Attack from behind. Keep distance in mind and stay in his blind spot and strike his heel.
God, you gotta love a boss fight. Gotta love a boss battle.
Exhaust him. Don't let him get close. He's strong but he's slow. He can't land a blow if we're out of reach. Find a breach. Stand up and fight for your life.
Quick! I need to be up in the wall for optimum coolness.
I gotta be cool. Oh, okay, no, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's some big power move.
Do love that the strength of the humans is like intelligence in numbers, right? Compared to the monster.
The poor Lotus Eater watching this just doesn't want to be a part of this.
He's over in the corner.
Oh, hey, you want some pancakes for breakfast?
Enough.
That sounds delicious.
He's got a club. He's got a club!
Oh,
Oh wait, shit. Does he have a club?
shit!
Captain!
The poor Lotus Eater.
I care about the Lotus more.
Lives I'll take, 600 lives I'll break, and when I kill you, then my pain is over. You're dying here and now. Escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day now. Die.
And collapsed. Oh man.
I do appreciate this this creator
Yeah.
choosing the color scheme of the album art.
Yeah, I
for
think
the
that
animatic.
yeah, it's such a sweet thing. I find a lot of animatics like do that as you get like further on too. I don't know if it's like started with Mercy, but it's like really nice to see. So Survive. What where are we
Can't
putting
wait.
where are we thinking about this one?
Oh, Survive. So I think this is my first one where it does not really spark joy.
Oh yeah, eh?
It's again it's leaning into the campy. I like the push and pull of the fight. It's cool that the humans are little and aggressive and smart, and then the Cyclops is big and slow. Oh my gosh, but just he's got a club. Bonk. Right?
But you know what? I think for
I'm-
me, I think it's like I feel like this is like the turning point. I think this is like, and I think the animation captures it well with like Odysseus' reaction to it. It's like because like up until this, it's like he just
Yes.
spent the last like 10 years at war. He won the war and didn't lose a single man. You know, like they decimated a war, and you know they feel pretty invincible up to this point, right? If you had gone to war for 10 years and everyone came back fine, you'd feel pretty fucking invincible and feeling pretty badass. You're like, oh, we got this. And then all of a sudden, as soon as his best friend's gone in an instant, and just that immediate like shock and nothing, like he's just completely zonked out at the possibility that this even could happen. And I think the battle between like literally just be like one more life, just one more life. That's all I need is just one more, and we're home free. And it's like it just shows just how weak that mentality is right now. It's like
Yeah.
it just shows the hubris that's starting to come out of Odysseus, and that's only gonna appear more throughout the rest of the saga.
Yeah, but and I know that this is like the death of polities, right? But I feel like ruthlessness is such a bigger thematic blow.
Yeah, I think it definitely is. I think when we get to ruthlessness is like that's definitely like the pinnacle moment. I think this is just like the taste of that, like of that now, which I kind of like as like you're getting that first taste from the son of Poseidon rather than Poseidon itself. It's like you're getting kind of that, or like that smaller dose now before it kicks up later. Now, I think I'd still just put Survive. I think I would put it in. I'm debating either Pretty Damn Good or It's Alright, I suppose. I think that's kind of where I'm more sitting on. I do love how cleanly Polyphemus goes into Survive. I really love how nice that transition is. It's just so
For
smooth
sure.
going in. But I do get your point of view on it as well. Like I don't think it's like the super strongest one. But I do like the first taste of like what boss battles are like. Will like the first taste of a boss battle, how much better they're going to be as like the stakes get higher. Again, this is me with my setup. Like, I love the setup. I love this, like, I love what this is leading to, I suppose.
All right. I understand it. I'm just thinking by the end of this, your tier list is going to be like a 4 rows in Olympus tier or something like that.
I think I will put it. It's all right, I suppose. I think overall, I think that's still the. I think that's probably the better bet for it. I think I'm a person who, I've grown to appreciate the Cyclops Saga a lot. It's like fairly high on my list.
I do enjoy it a lot. But I think it's more for this. It's more for the beginning and ending, like the middle parts, and you know.
I think Survive is the weakest song of the saga. I think it's definitely the weakest. I think it's I think the next two and the first song of the saga are like much better overall. But I don't think it's bad. It's just it's there. It's there for its purpose. It doesn't do anything exemplary like with it, but it is like still there with it. It has to be here.
It does.
It's like you couldn't have this without it.
Yes. and on that note, let's remember it fondly as we remember them.
Yeah. Also, I do love that Jorge does voice the Cyclops as well. I think that's a fun thing.
I did not know that, but that is very cool.
Thank you. I know the specific. I've used the specific device he uses to do it. It's great. I've tried it. It's very fun to use.
Nice.
Captain! We must move quickly. We don't have much time. He didn't notice I mixed Lotus in his wine. Mark my words now, this is not the end.
But Captain,
this is the Full Speed Ahead
Remember them
artist.
when the fire begins to fade. For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain. Remember them, we're the ones who carry on. The flames of those who've gone, and our comrades will not die in vain. I need all our hands on this club. This is how we're getting out of here. Use your swords to sharpen a stub and turn it to a giant spear. Let's kill him. His body is blocking the path. If we kill him, we'll be stuck inside.
Captain, where do we attack him?
We gotta stab him in the eye.
Yes, sir. Remember them when the fire
Yes, Wolfie's the artist.
For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain.
Remember them, we're the ones who carry on. The flames of those who gone, and our comrades will not die in vain.
Big club.
Now!
Little.
Oh god, like the club going in.
Scatter!
That's more of a classic Cyclops. Design.
Yeah, now we're back to like a more of a classic Cyclops.
Hide.
I do love the eyes just popping in though.
Wait.
Captain, please.
Wait.
Was nobody. If nobody hurts you, be silent. Don't go.
Let's grab the sheep and away we go.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you? He's still a threat until he's dead.
My favorite sheep.
Finish it.
What a bad day for Polyphemus.
Yeah, this is just a terrible day for him.
No? What good would killing do But mercy is a skill more of this world could learn to use. My friend is dead, our foe is blind. The blood we shed, it never dries. Is this what it means to be a warrior of the mind? Don't! Hey, Cyclops! When we met, I led
Odie,
with
don't.
peace. While
Don't
you
do
fed
it.
your inner beast. But my comrades will not die in vain. Remember them. The next time that you dare, choose not to spare. Remember them. Remember us. Remember me.
No.
I'm the reigning king of Ithaca. I am neither man nor mythical. I am your darkest moment. I am the infamous Odysseus!
Yeah, really. God, the hubris is just so strong here. Oh boy.
He's just I like the smile there at the end.
Yeah, the smile's so cheeky. Literally all he had to do. Yeah, like the fact, like if he just didn't dox himself, probably would have gone home in the next couple weeks. Probably would have been fine. The fact that he doxed himself is the big issue here. Son of a bitch. It's like, God damn it.
Oh, Odysseus.
Odysseus, come on, my guy. So,
Hey, for me, this is the best song of the this is the best song of the saga.
yeah,
It's got the drive. It's got the like. I think what I like here is that even though Survive is the turning point, right? All the emotion is in Remember Them.
Yeah.
Right. Survive is like, well, just another day of work for us soldiers, fighting, killing monsters. Oh, yep, that's our job. And then it's like, Remember Them, like, oh, fuck.
Dealing with the consequence. It's like, yep, that's fair. And like, I love the and I know it's like from the original story as well, but I love the use of the nobody motif here. Like I love that. It's so good. And also I love, I think I also love like the small bits of, I didn't mention this in Polyphemus specifically, but like adding the lotus, or no, they mentioned it in the song, the wine being corrupted by the lotus plant. I love that. I love that it's like taking something from earlier in the musical and adding it in like subtly. Like, it's not making a big deal of it. It's just being like, hey, I put that in the wine and now that's why he went out. It's like, oh, that's really cool that he's like, oh, like Odysseus is constantly thinking of ways to outsmart his opponents. And you can you can hear that in there's a motif that's used throughout this musical, which is the like I mentioned this very late in the analysis when you're originally going through it, but there is a kind of a deception motif that Odysseus has when he's trying to trick or outsmart an enemy. And I love that he is constantly doing it. It shows that he really is like that, like a warrior of the mind. Like, it's not just like brute force. It's like he is decisive and he's very meticulous in what he does.
Which do you know? What is it in the back? Is it in the background of this song, or which line is the?
Yeah, it's in the background there.
Trickery motif.
Yeah, the danger motif.
Okay.
That's what it's called, the danger motif.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a very fun one. I love that one in particular, and it shows up all over the place, which is great. I put this song in the pretty damn good tier. I think that's pretty damn good. I put it above The Horse and the Infant over for myself.
I agree above The Horse and the Infant, but I also think this is Jorge popped off. Like this is like the first taste of the epic finales that each saga will eventually have. I don't think it's quite as good as Warrior of the Mind from a musical perspective, but it is my favorite song in the saga, and it's very good.
Yeah, it's a damn good one. We love us some Remember Them. That it's just that's tasty. It's tasty.
Tasty.
Just like that wine. Just like that sheep. All right.
just like those mushrooms.
Just like
Which
the
mushrooms?
Yeah,
Oh well,
what?
he ate them in Saga Zero.
Yeah, don't worry about Saga Zero. We had a real good taste of some really great mushrooms. All right, let's end off the saga. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Back to Mirksy.
You were reckless, sentimental at best. That's not a teaching of mine. You've grown soft. Your dead friends can attest.
Hey,
Yeah, that's fucked,
Your
Athena.
emotions
Jesus.
aside, you're a warrior, meant to lead the rest. I don't know where I went wrong, but I warned ya, and you failed the
Come on.
test.
It's like you really gotta do our boy like
You
that.
can't just
This way, you'll know what
can't
your
just
place is. This way,
throw around
you can't cross
apples
the line. This
like
way, when all is over,
like it means
you'll
nothing.
keep yours and I'll keep mine. This way, you won't disappoint me. This way, you won't waste my time. This way, I'll close the door. Consider this as my goodbye.
that's just like you. Why should I be surprised? Selfish and prideful and vain, unlike you. Every time someone dies, I'm left to deal with the strain. What's a title that a goddess could lend? If I'll never sleep at night, I'll remind you I saw you as a friend. But now we're done this way. You're out of my head now. This way, you won't plague my life. This way, when all is done, you're out of sight and out of mind. This way, you get what you wanted. This way, you can save your time. This way, you close the door and have your damn goodbye.
You're not looking for a mentor. I'm not looking for a friend. I mistook you for a general. What a waste of effort spent.
You really get the feeling with Warrior of the Mind and My Goodbye that they were kind of already
Like a pose.
not getting they were not getting along,
Yeah.
like maybe during the war, right?
One day you'll hear what I'm saying. One day you might understand. One day, but not today. For after all, you're
Just a man count.
Just a man count.
your own head. This
Oh hey, the little guy survived.
Hey, there you go. That's all that matters.
Goodness.
As long as he lived.
Argo. Argo on
Oh
screen.
no! Don't cry! Don't cry!
Man, the Argo exclusion in the final cut, unforgivable.
You know what? Did we really want Dead Dog? Like just to throw in a song about Dead Dog just for the sake of having Dead Dog? I think it would have just killed people.
Argo's a good boy and deserves it. Okay.
Argo is still alive in my headcanon here.
if he didn't die in the song, it didn't count.
It did count. He's doing just fine. So, ending off another God song to end it off. The separation of
Yep.
Odie and Athena. Now, I have one question for you in particular about this moment.
Yeah.
Who, in your eyes, who leaves who here? Is it Odie leaving Athena, or is it Athena leaving Odie?
In my opinion, it is Odie leaving Athena because I think Athena sees this as, at least at the beginning, she sees this as another chastising. She sees this as another reminder. I think, honestly, Warrior of the Mind almost happens in the mind of Athena as much as it happens in the mind of
Of Odie.
Odysseus.
Yeah.
Yeah. like it is Warrior of the Mind is Athena chastising Odysseus with a slight interlude where she remembers how they met.
Yeah.
I think here in My Goodbye, she's coming forward and saying like, "Hey, uh, you're still not doing the thing I said. You're still not being a warrior of the mind. We have to talk about that." And he's
Yeah.
like, actually, I've decided no."
Yeah, I think it's really like she was I like at the beginning of this song, I really see it as Athena like almost like kind of putting a bluff on him, you know what I mean? Like just like chastising him enough and being like, "Oh, then leave then." You know? If you can't follow my commands, you can't follow my ways of doing this, why are you even here, right? Not thinking that he actually would like make that call, and then when he does, she's like, Wait, what? What fuck?" And Jess makes a point in chat. She's like, she thinks Athena is leaving Odie, started out as chastising him, and she's like, "Well, fuck, I give up. This is my goodbye. You're on your own, my dude." I used to think that originally when I heard this before I was seeing more animatics and stuff. I thought it was weird when I had that mentality when I got to like the Wisdom Saga and she's like lamenting, like she misses Odie and she's like, "I can't go back. I can't go help him. I can't go see him." I'm like, why? If it was your decision to break apart, you can make that change. Like, why wouldn't you just go do that if you feel different now? But if you look at it as Odie leaving her, then she doesn't feel like she could go back to Odie because of
Makes sense.
Because of that. She's like, "It wasn't me that wanted this to end. It was him." And she's in the position now in the story where she can't admit to herself that she wants Odie around, that she wants Odysseus to be there. And the fact that, and that's like the whole reason that the split does end up occurring, because they're both at that point in their character development where they can't have that discussion. They can't. And they regret it, 10 years down the line, which is a little too long, but that's what happens.
In both this song and the flashback, I feel Athena sees it as a patron and servant relationship, and Odie is trying to see it as a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah. They're both looking at this in different lights, and they won't discuss that, right?
I would say this is a pretty damn good song.
It's pretty damn good. I'm actually gonna put this one as my favorite in the Cyclops saga. I'm gonna put that in the Jorge popped off, just above Polyphemus, but under Warrior of the Mind. I still think Warrior of the Mind's the better one out of the two here, but I love the interpretation that this has and the longer lasting effects it has on both the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's I think Cyclops Saga overall is pretty good saga. Pretty happy with it. I think I went from like really having it like very low on my list of sagas to having it like really high on my list of sagas to having it like kind of in the middle, kind of right in the middle.
It's setup.
Yeah,
it's a lot of setup, and it tells a fine story, but nothing as fantastic or memorable as what is to come.
Yeah, exactly.
There are single songs that tell a better story than the entire Polyphemus saga.
Yeah, I think
that's sad, but but
it's also just like
fine.
Because we're following Odysseus's journey. It's like, yeah, you can kind of expect that too, right? It's like this is a point of the story that's not like, it is build up. The musical should build as it goes on, so I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which,
all right, so this next one is not a song I recognize. It's called Divine Sugar Mama.
Oh,
what?
Just like you.
That is a little joke one, I think.
Selfish and prideful.
I think this is like a therapy like thing. I think that's what kind of is. So we could probably skip it and go to Storm. We could start off Storm.
No, I want to watch the memes too.
Oh yeah, you know what? Let's go. All right, we're going through the memes then. We're seeing the memes.
That's just like you. Why should I be
All right.
We can go right through the meme into.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna go for this right into Storm.
Odysseus, buddy,
Buddy.
are both of you stupid? This is not the time to be doing this. This is not the time to. Athena, if you want, like, this is your warrior. This is your guy. This is not the
tongue
time
out.
to shunt him away. Odysseus, this is not the time to start being sassy to your divine sugar mama. What are you doing, my dude?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's like that's very. Yeah, don't be sassy to your divine sugar mama.
Why would you do that? Goodbye.
Odysseus, buddy, I am on your side, but
All
this
right, so Ocean Saga. Let's start with Storm. Oh boy, here we go.
Also to eyeball Eddie in your chat, I reject the premise of your question for
Yep.
my insanity.
Reject it for my own sanity. I reject it.
I can't commit to either of those outcomes and remain who I am.
I want to remain whole as a human.
I like this depiction of Odysseus. It's got that anime vibes.
Yeah,
with
it's
this
like
musical.
now we're starting to get to that anime a lot more.
But honestly, like this sort of animatic and like the meme we just watched, like voice acting stuff like that, is the stuff that I think is so important to do as a small artist, right?
Yeah,
Just find the things you like and make art about them. Don't worry about if it's someone else's song or just reaction content. Like, if you're having fun with it, if you're doing it, you will be working on the skills to make something of your own
exactly.
when you're ready. When you get there. Like this person, I would hire them to draw hair moving.
Like, it's so good to get this kind of practice and something that you love.
Yeah.
You really just grab the harpoons, as many as you can find.
What do you have in mind?
We're gonna shoot for the sky.
How many
Grab the
harpoons
harpoons.
do you have?
What?
What? Oh yeah, we gotta have a what counter. I forgot about the what counter.
Oh my god, the stupid.
What?
I know it's a thing that started happening in Hamilton, but just the like melodramatic what's. You
They're
don't
very-
need it.
It's
You
funny though.
don't need it in
I
your
thi-
musical. Just stop.
I think it still just makes me laugh. Every time I get a what, I'm like, what?
I'd cringe so hard.
Oh man. So
But I know I do stuff that's way cringier than that. So,
yeah, I can't
who
argue.
might
I can't
speak?
argue that. I'm way worse than that. Okay, first of all, how the fuck do you have the upper arm strength to chuck a harpoon into an island in the sky? Not only just you, but your entire crew having that strength. You don't even have the
Yeah.
divine sugar mama like defense because she's not there with you anymore to help. How the fuck are you doing this?
One of my favorite monomyths in human history is this idea that as technology has advanced, and not just like computers, but guns and iron instead of bronze and stuff like that, as technology has advanced, it pushes back the supernatural. And so things that were once commonplace, like gods walking across the earth, or islands in the sky being so low that you could maybe like reach out from the top of the mast and touch them, right? That doesn't work in our modern world because the supernatural has receded and now has to hide itself in the technology driven information oriented era of logic.
Oh, I
right?
really love that idea.
So that's my little personal justification of how they can actually harpoon the islands.
Yeah, I think
it's a lot lower than it. Islands in the
it's
skies
lower.
these days, they're
They're
far
way
up.
high. Yeah, they're way higher
never.
up. But like
When I was young, we
could
could hit them with this. We could hit them with a stone if we wanted to. Now, no chance. No chance.
No chance. It's just not the same day and age anymore.
Now they got to stay above the orbit, right? Or the interfere with the satellites.
Ooh.
Boo.
So, leading off the Ocean Saga, how do you feel about Storm?
I'll preface this by saying Ocean Saga is one of my favorite sagas in the whole musical. It's like, I don't remember where my Discord rankings were, but I'm not looking at those Discord rankings on purpose. I'm going off of
the moment,
how my opinion has changed since then.
Yeah.
And Storm is one of those songs, much like Remember Them, where it is both a banger and an incredible setup. And I'm more into payoffs, but I love a banger. So I think Storm is going at least at the bottom of Jorge Popped Off for me.
Okay. So this is actually...
is it better than Polyphemus?
Yeah, that's the question.
I think it is better than It's not better than Just a Man, but it's better than Polyphemus.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's not quite at the bottom of. It's still definitely a Jorge Popped Off moment.
I'm glad you feel that way. Me, on the other hand, I do not vibe with Storm. This is probably the lowest song I have ranked so far.
Interesting.
And I like the Storm motif, but it feels like this song isn't really doing anything. Like, we're in the storm, and that's kind of it. Like, I feel like it's here and it's gone in an instant. Like, I don't feel I get anything necessarily from it. It's cute when the storm motif pops back up in like precarious situations, but I don't feel like I get a lot of insight into like the characters here or anything. I just feel like it's like, yep, this is a storm. We are in the storm.
And I think that there is room for songs like that.
Yeah.
I think that in fact it's important to have songs like that because the storm is the precursor to Poseidon and becomes a huge thematic element through the rest of the journey. You need to give, like, this is like, if we're talking about a song where a character, the storm, demonstrates itself and its point of view and its impact on the story, and then at the end of the song we're directed to where we're going next, right? Open Arms is goofy and campy and silly.
Yeah.
Storm is intense, and I think that intensity serves it much more than like Open Arms or even like Full Speed Ahead, right?
Yeah.
Full Speed Ahead is also very like forward oriented driving, right? But it's more of a like storytelling song, right? Like, here's the main characters, right? Storm is just one full song. We get a driving intense storm, and that's what it is for.
Yeah. And I think I like a lot of the like I like the time signature that they use here to like really emphasize like the storm itself, and to like it helps push that like danger aspect of it. I think the thing that I think just on a personal level, I just don't find the song exciting to listen to necessarily. Like, I think the idea and I like the concept around it, but I just don't like it. This isn't a song I just pop on its own. Like,
Fair
I don't
enough.
feel like I just
Fair enough.
Yeah, I feel like I just can't like fully enjoy Storm on its own. Like I have to look at it as like I look at it as like a great setup for other things, but not strong enough on its own. Whereas I feel like I get that a little bit better with some of the other songs in that kind of category, where I'm like, I enjoy that song just on its own principle as well. And I like the setup, whereas like I really like the setup with Storm, but I just don't jive with it on just itself.
Fair, and I can't, make you change your musical taste.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like that just comes down to taste. But I do like how what this is setting up, because I think from here on for the rest of the Ocean Saga, we're just upgrading from here on out. It's like we just keep up.
Okay. Let's listen to the next song and then discuss that.
Yeah, let's go into the next one before we fully get into that.
Mhm.
So luck runs out. Let's go.
Luck runs out.
Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do.
Thumbs up.
You've heard the legends of the
Such a
island in the
universal
sky.
symbol.
This proves
Yeah,
they're true.
we gotta love the thumbs up.
We're in the
Yeah.
home of the wind
Honestly,
sky.
We don't know for sure.
body
How
language
many floating islands
is
have you
probably
seen before?
the way
This
that
is
these
the home of the wind
animatics
god.
And what's your plan?
separate
Gonna
themselves,
climb
like
to
the good
top
ones from the
and
bad
ask
ones,
him
is
for a hand.
if you can tell really what's going on just from language by language.
Yeah, because you really need to, right? That body language is very, very important here.
Speaking of body language,
Have faith,
queer beta
friend, we've come
motherfuckers.
this far.
Yes, but how much longer till your
Gay.
love runs out? How much
Probably
longer
historically
till the show
gay.
goes south? How much longer till we all fall down?
I
We'll
like
talk
the
a
little-
little bit more on that when the song's over, because
I still believe in goodness. I still believe
like, where'd his nose go?
we could
Oh,
be
there you go.
kind. Lead from the heart and see
Got your
what
nose.
starts.
Got your nose. The animator got your nose. It's up to
Where
me.
is this coming from, my friend?
Oh my god, the
Oh.
fucking
I just don't want
The
to see
polities.
another life end. You're like the brother I could never do without.
And suddenly you doubt that I could figure this out.
Captain, how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south?
Fight, fight, fight.
Much
Kiss,
longer
kiss,
till
kiss.
we all fall down. You rely on it, and people die on it. Whoa, how much longer till this
Sometimes that's how
link
it is.
breaks free? How much longer till your great day sees? How much longer till your strength takes leave? You rely on it, and people die on it. Whoa.
Thank you for the concern, but brother, I can assure you, our journey is almost done. I understand that we're tired, I understand that we're phased, but don't forget how much we've already faced. I took 600 men to war, and not one of them died there. In case you needed a reminder, if you'd like to speak more, let me pull you aside then. I need to talk to you in private.
couples fight.
We got
Yeah.
serious Odie. Serious Odie.
Very serious. Remember, I'm a
I
general.
can't have you planting seeds of doubt. I can't have you disagreeing each route. I need you to always be devout and comply with this, or we'll all die in this. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so luck runs out.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you have some words. I know you have some words here. Thank you, Starlight.
Yeah,
So do you mind if I lead first?
Go ahead.
So, this is personally one of my favorite songs in the entire musical. I love this song, and I think a reason for that, and I know, a big view that you've had on this, on especially the relationship between Odie and Eurylochus specifically. Seen as very, I know you've talked about it seen as like a little bit queer baity sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's very queer baiting.
For me, I see it as like, because Eurylochus and Odie are brothers-in-law. They are like Eurylochus is married to Odysseus' sister, and the reference to like constantly calling each other like brothers, like in reference to that. And I think, given that aspect, I don't see any of those like moments as queer baiting necessarily. I see it as like a familiar, as a family feeling of like, I don't want to lose a loved one in the family. Like they do obviously have history knowing each other, like the fact that they are brothers-in-law. So it's Eurylochus's desperate need to not lose family and to not lose people that he cares about in this instance. And I love
I can see that, but I gotta ask, do you have siblings?
I do. I have a lot of siblings.
Oh, do you brush their hair out of their face?
No. So that's so
Okay.
Some animatic decisions are a little, I'm like, all right, maybe Toad.
Yeah, okay.
We don't need to do that.
And to be fair, I think it was brought out in this because it's present in later songs. It's not, if you're just taking the music by itself, not that bad in this song. That bad in this song.
I really don't think it's too bad throughout the musical. I think the animatics really do like sometimes go a little too hard in that, like on that side of it.
That's fandom in general.
Yeah, that's just fandom, right? There's a lot of those kinds of things that like happen from time to time. And I think generally speaking, it's like when I listen to the music, I see Eurylochus as a man who is just so desperate to go back to normal. Just so desperate to just be back at home with the wife and the kids and the family and just not have to worry about the shit anymore. He is just so he gets progressively more and more fed up and tired.
He just wants to grill.
He just wants to grill.
He just wants to fire up that grill.
He just wants that suburban dad life. He really just needs those khakis and that fucking mid-sized sedan. Like, he just wants that, and he's so scared that Odysseus is gonna push them away from his urban dad life.
I am not wearing sandals and socks right now, and it is killing me.
It is killing me. I miss it so dearly. And I think this song is like the perfect setup for like the start of that break. That start of like Eurylochus like not fully trusting Odysseus and like starting to implant that in the crew as well. Like the fact that the crew slowly, and like one thing we haven't discussed is every character in the musical like has like an instrument and a theme that kind of goes with them. And Eurylochus doesn't have a specific instrument outside of the crew itself. And I think that's such a cool thing with his character arc throughout his time in the musical, because he's slowly breaking that trust, not only between himself and Odysseus, but also creating that distrust between the crew and Odysseus. The way that they constantly are like backing him up more and more and more as the songs go like through it more and more. And Odysseus has to do damage control. He's got to be like, hey, no, guys, we're fine. Everything's good. Hey, Odysseus, or hey, Eurylochus, can I talk to you for a second? Can you fucking stop? Can you fucking calm down? I need you to trust me. Just fucking stop. Like, I love, and I love
he's like,
that.
he's like, just give me like 4 days. Just trust me for
4
fucking
days.
4 more days,
4
and you
days.
will be grilling your ass off back on Ithaca. Just fucking
Just trust me.
wait.
Fucking dude, wait, god damn it. And then just overall, I think it's just a bop. And again, I can always look at like how luck runs out, like how it comes back later in the musical and what it means like later on. But I just think this is a bop. I love this rift and this character development that's happening between these two characters. I love what it's doing to Odysseus. And I love what it's doing to you. I really just think this is like, all right, now we're kicking into high gear. Now we're fucking moving. Now we're getting there. I would put this.
Hell yeah.
I would put this in Jorge Popped Off, but at the bottom of Jorge Popped Off.
Okay. So
that's where I would sit.
I'm leaning more towards near the top of Pretty Damn Good, and I think it's not quite as good as The Horse and the Infant for me. So Pretty Damn Good, like middle of Pretty Damn Good.
I think that's good. I think that's a very valid like spot to put it.
To me, it's just similar to Storm with you. It just doesn't hit as hard emotionally for me, but I do. It's still a great part of one of my favorite sagas. So
yeah. I don't dance, but if I could dance, I'd dance to this shit. Like this would be my every fucking time. I'm just like, I can't help. This one gives me the ooh. I love that. I love Luck Runs Out.
Ooh.
The ooh.
All
right.
Let's
continue the vibes. Let's go to Keep Your Friends Close.
One of my this is
yeah,
definitely one of my favorites. This is kind of the first instance of the multi-thematic build up to the epic finale songs that he does.
Also, I'm really excited for you to see the design for Aeolus that Gigi has. This is my favorite design for Aeolus.
I ask for your assistance so we
Excited.
can go the distance. Can you cast the perfect winds for us and aid our journey home?
Ha ha ha! I am the wind, twisting and turning.
Very clown-coded.
Yeah.
To stay burning. Let's play a game.
A game?
That's what I'm serving, and if you win, you will get what you're yearning.
Deal.
Take a look right here at this bag. It has the winds of the storm all trapped. All you gotta do is not open this bag.
Sounds too easy, what's the catch?
Ha ha ha! Keep your friends close.
Adorable.
And your enemies
Yeah, I love it.
never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get the bag open, you gotta say no, sir. Sometimes killing is a must.
What?
'Cause the end
What?
always justifies
Gotta have the what?
the
Put it on the what count.
Put on the list. Put on the list.
means. So keep your friends close.
No, honestly, that what is not melodramatic at all.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Captain, what's happening? What's trapped in that bag? Something dangerous, friends, we mustn't lag.
It's treasure.
Oh wait, I love
What?
the fade away. Just bye-bye. God.
Okay, that was a melodramatic one.
Yeah.
See how this bag is closed, that's how it's supposed to be. This bag has the storm inside. We cannot let the treasure rumor fly. We'll try.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who
Oh, I love the movement in this one.
Get the bag open so they can have
I one of my favorite things, and I think it was one of the Merxy ones earlier. Like you could tell that at one point the artist was like, I'm gonna practice mouth shapes.
Yeah.
And you get this like sequence of like really detailed mouth movements. And that sequence right there was so cool in perspective and movement.
Gigi loves doing that. You'll see it even more and more as like their animation keeps coming up. They love, especially spin around shots. Notice anytime Gigi shows up, how much they love doing like a spin around shot.
Hell yeah. But I love when the artist takes, again, something that's not theirs, a song that is from something else, and uses it to improve their own art in a new way.
Yeah.
Right. Because once you can do spin around shots, like, hell yeah, they're amazing.
Wake up! Odysseus, they're opening the bag! Wake up! Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust.
Where's the storm taking us?
I said to keep the bag closed, but you weren't compliant. If I had to guess, you're headed to the land of the giants.
The Land of the Giants. Wow, I can't wait for that part of the musical.
Man, I bet there'll be a lot of really cool fights over there. I bet it'll be really fun for everyone.
Odysseus of Ithaca! Do you know who I am?
Oh, God damn. Whoa.
Good shit.
That's some good shit. Okay. I think we're both fairly happy with
Fairly
this
high.
one. Fairly high.
Fairly high on this. Yes. In fact, so to me, this is one of the signature song types of Epic the Musical, is this interwoven tapestry of motifs that builds up to a big moment. And the problem I have is that out of context of the musical, it is really hard to explain this song, right?
Yeah.
It tells a story. It tells a story, like all from beginning to end. There's a wind god. There's a bag. The bag gets open. Bad. That's bad. But I think that this is like solid A+. Jorge popped off. Top of Jorge popped off. I can't put it in Olympus tier just because I don't think it's a standalone song.
Yeah, I think that's 100% like exactly where I land. I'm like, this is a perfect example of Jorge popped off, top of the tier, absolutely crushes it. But like it does rely on surrounding material. It's like it doesn't survive in Olympus tier on its own. But it's right there.
I will say there are a couple of these kind of like tapestry of motifs songs later on that I do think work on their own and are Olympus tier, but
yeah,
this one doesn't quite get there.
It's just short, but it's still phenomenal. I love I love like when these sagas were releasing in order, like we didn't know like everyone who was voicing characters. We didn't know everything until like, you know, a saga came out and introduced specific people and specific voices. So
of course,
when you have that like that, you know, dream sequence with Penelope and Telemachus, it's the voice actor who voices Telemachus, Miko, which by the way, shout out Canadian. Fuck yeah, dude. Nice to see. He does voice Telemachus in this song, but they do not specify that he does, and they do not let him like have a lot of volume in the mix because they did not want people to figure it out. Now, some people did guess correctly that it was him when this came out.
Wow.
But they would not specify it because they wanted to give that feeling of Odysseus not knowing what Telemachus would sound like. And I love that that's also portrayed in the animation with like the scratch out, like etched face of Telemachus, because Odie would not know what he looks like, right? He doesn't know what he sounds like. He doesn't know what he looks like, because at this point, you know, he's probably a young teen at this point. And that's like I love that touch. That's such a cool touch to it. And I'm just like, it's so close to being an Olympus tier. It's like if this could stand on its own, like some of the other like setup songs or motif like focus songs, yeah, that'd be great. But that's such like a small complaint to have with it, right? It's like this song's still an absolute banger through and through.
it's a great song in a great musical. But it's not the songs that I would send to someone if I was trying to convince them to watch the musical.
Exactly. It's like this is something that they will appreciate once they are in the musical itself. But if it's just showing somebody who hasn't seen anything from it, it's not the one I'm going to show you first. Or
Makes
second
sense.
or third. It's something that you have to experience from the start.
All right.
All right, you're
But
all right.
speaking of songs that should be Olympus tier,
Ooh, so actually for this one, I know on the list that we have it as Annie Flamma's animation. I don't want us to watch this one. I want us to go out of our way and watch Gigi's specifically.
Okay. All right. You have a link to it?
I am going to send you the link for it. I'm very particular when it comes to this song's animatics. Because if you can believe me, I did not like this song as much when I first saw an animatic for it. I did not like it as much. And it wasn't until I saw Gigi's where I was like, now. Because there's one reason why I didn't. And Gigi fixed it for me. So I wanted to make sure that we watched it.
You seen the meme of Danny DeVito from Always Sunny? I get it.
Yeah, I get it. That was me. That was I saw this animatic and that was straight. I was like, I get it now. I get it. It clicked for me. So I'm excited to show this one off in particular.
Let's go.
All right, let's see it.
Spinning shot.
Spinning shot, baby. Spin shot.
Who could that be?
Yeah, who's nearby?
Oh, Poseidon.
Poseidon. In all my years of living, it isn't very often that I get
What a
pissed
liar.
off. I tried to
Yeah,
shift the
I
way
love this
you
design, by the way,
damned
for
you
him.
crossed the
God.
line. I've been so gracious, and yet you hurt the son of mine. That's right, the Cyclops you made blind is mine. No.
Oh, I've seen this design. People use it all the time in memes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Very cool to know where this is from.
You got another like kind of quick thought thing.
You are the worst kind of good, 'cause you're not even great.
He loves throwing that trident around.
Yeah. I mean, I
Boy,
would.
does he.
That's what I hate. 'Cause you fight to save lives, but won't kill and don't get the job done. I mean, you totally could have avoided all this had you just killed my
no.
son.
But no.
Talk about a melodramatic line read that.
Yeah, but perfectly. Yeah, that works so well.
But no. You can hear his eyes rolling.
And now it is finally time to say goodbye. Today you die, unless of course you apologize for my son's pain.
All right, just gotta be genuine here, Odie. Just gotta be genuine.
Poseidon, we meant no harm. We only hurt him to disarm him. We took no pleasure in his pain. We only wanted to.
I'm gonna say, Odie, I don't think that's your best work.
The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible, so close your hearts. The world is dark and ruthlessness is
Die.
Oh, what a great finale.
What have you done? When does a ripple become a tidal wave?
43 left under your command.
When does a man become a monster?
I am your darkest moment.
Oh, using his own words.
The monster that always draws near. Any last words?
All I gotta do
That's
is
cool.
open this bag.
What?
Love the dagger throw as the
Yeah.
way the bag gets opened. And then Aeolus like, nice one.
He's like, good one
prank,
on that.
bro.
He's like, that was pretty good, man.
Remember me.
Sinking into the water. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love that animatic in particular.
That's a great one.
The reason why I emphasize that animatic too is for two very specific reasons. The first time I heard the song just like on its own without an animatic, I wasn't sure how to visualize the death of all the men, and I wasn't sure how to visualize that all I gotta do is open this bag, because when I did start seeing animatics, all I gotta do is open this bag, I saw so many animatics of like people playing that like really cheekily, like drawing Odie like ha ha ha, ha, I get it, and I was like I was like, fuck, that takes away from the moment. It's like you sucked me right out of like this being like so intense. Until I saw GG's of like the quick thought of like throw the dagger, get out of here. Like it was like a desperation move to get out like of a bad situation. I'm like, that fucking rocks.
And I think this is the same thing that I was saying was annoying about the open arms, is like, you know, there's a difference between corny and campy and purposeful in your naivete, right?
Yeah.
And they even talk about that in this song. The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible. And I think there are songs in here that are naive and goofy, and there are songs that demonstrate that hope has a purpose.
Yeah.
Right. And when Odysseus was a kid, of course he's like, ha ha ha, to the goddess.
Yeah.
He's a fucking general. He's a fucking general now, right?
Yeah, he has
should-
to have a different
he
viewpoint.
He should be more serious. He should be hopeful and not naive, right?
It's like, man, yeah, this Steven Rodriguez as Poseidon as well. Like what a fucking
powerhouse.
What
Incredible.
what a perfect cast. Like that is an insanely good cast. I can't imagine anyone else pulling this off. That is like an insane vocal performance. And it's shit like we don't have to waste time on what tier this is the top. This is the number one song so far. This is
Absolutely.
Olympus tier, like so at the top, so goddamn good. The consequences are severe. That main message of ruthlessness, is it valuable? Like that being the cornerstone of this musical, and it's so portrayed well here. The only thing I have to ask you in this instance, Isaac, because I'm curious on your thoughts on this, and it's more of a character thing for me.
Mhm.
Do you think any apology would have worked? Do you think anything, like, do you think there was any way that that Odysseus could have apologized that Poseidon would have gone through with? That he would have been like, okay, you're free to go.
When I first listened to this, because I know your theory is that was not a very sincere apology, and I agree, it was not. It was not. But I think that his line, Poseidon's line right after that, really exemplifies what that question was about. the line between hopefulness and naivete is almost invisible. And when you listen to that and you see the kind of him asking for an apology and then Odysseus giving a shitty apology, right? You kind of think like, oh, Poseidon is trying to say that Odysseus was being hopeful, but he's really being naive. And he deserves the ruthlessness,
Yeah.
right? On further listens, and this kind of goes into my greater Greek mythology theory, that the gods are very they seem fickle because they are unchanging.
Yeah.
Right? They seem fickle because they have purposes that are beyond mortal comprehension.
Yeah.
And I think that what that line is actually saying, the line between hopefulness and naivete is almost invisible, is he's not talking about Odysseus. He's talking about how Odysseus sees Poseidon, right?
Yeah.
He's really trying to say, like, this is happening no matter what. And I gave you the opportunity to apologize, to emphasize the ruthlessness. But you actually trying to apologize, is it hopeful or naive? Fuck if I know. Either way.
Either way, it's yeah, because like I fully don't like, because I think you put that into the words that I was like looking for, like, because I had that feeling. I was like, he wouldn't have let this go regardless of what Odysseus said, because I didn't think that was the point for him.
Yeah.
And I think it like, and that really will show later, like especially in Get in the Water, where he's like, it's not about the words, it's about the intent and
yeah,
and Poseidon being correct. He is correct. You need to, and if you don't acknowledge that, it doesn't matter to them. He just wants to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so cool to have. I love his character for that. I love how like a lot of the gods have that mentality, but I also love the gods that are willing to change, like Athena. Like it's so cool. He makes for such a fun antagonist.
It also makes just Athena an incredible character for standing out from the gods.
Yeah, for being
yes.
one of the few to grow and to change.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the true meaning of that line is, no matter what the apology was, Poseidon is neither naive enough to believe it was just a coincidence or hopeful enough to think that some random human can change, right?
Yeah.
He's always going to be ruthless.
Yeah, that's just the way that it has to be.
Yeah.
And God, yeah, ruthlessness. What a phenomenal. It's definitely one of the best endings to a saga, if not the best. It is up there for sure.
It is near the top.
It is near the top.
As far as endings to sagas go.
Yeah, if somebody tells me this is their favorite end of a saga or favorite song in general, I'm like, absolutely, do not blame you. Ruthlessness is a master class.
Yes.
Damn. All right. Well,
all right. Well, we have a little meme here again.
Yeah, get a little meme. Get a little meme. Oh yeah, this is another like really nice design of Poseidon.
That's
why is he kind of?
Thank you.
You're kind of hot.
God, we're degenerates. I was literally debating whether or not I wanted to say it. I'm so glad you said it first, because I was literally about to be like, wood. Oh my God. So smash.
He's about to.
Smash. He's about to.
Oh my God.
He smashed.
Wow.
Yeah. Big smash. We big smash. All right.
That's
And funny enough, we're continuing with Gigi here a little bit.
oh, true. Although I will say I did watch the Any Flamma one while we were talking, just in the background, and the horse theme was. Very
I know.
Something
I
that I
do
must
like
confess.
that horse theme as well.
Something that I must get off my chest. Until it is said, I cannot rest. Captain,
You really gotta make sure this island is secure.
God, this
But
man's
Captain,
fucking
There's only so
broken.
much left we can.
He's like, you really can fuck
endure.
off.
Whatever you need to say can wait some more. Of that
It's
I'm
like,
sure.
I need like 5 minutes, man.
Okay.
It's just like, that was not fun for me. Please. And imagine it, and then Eurylochus comes back. He's like,
back so
"Hey,
soon.
where the you know
Where's
we
the
only have
rest
so
of
many
your
men.
crew?
Where did everyone go?" He's like,
My
"I got them all.
God, what
killed,
happened
man.
to you?"
Fuck."
we came across
It's just one thing after another.
Inside we heard a
Well,
voice.
the land of the
It seemed to
giants.
show
But what about the land of the
no
giants?
malice. To three it was our choice, but nothing could prepare us for the power that awaited inside.
What did this palace hide?
Sir, since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster, hostile creatures that
Gotta
we
make
could
sure
resist. But this
that
was
this
a hell of a twist, 'cause
character
we
is
are weak to
always
a power
played
like
by a
this.
black
Or was it
person.
a woman.
What?
Give
She
them a
had
rap
us in
verse.
just 2 words.
Another what?
Come inside.
Damn.
Welcome to the
I
best
like.
part
I
of
want you
my
to
life.
imagine like when Cersei's singing this,
Go ahead
that
and
it's
rest with
still
my
Eurylochus,
flag.
that it's
I'm
him
going
like
to
giving a
where
Cersei
Cersei's
impression
gone
to Odie.
now.
That
Only I
is
stayed
fucking
outside, but the
hilarious.
rest went in.
Take a seat. Let me bring you all something to eat. I bet you're tired.
Being called wolves again.
I've got you. Don't worry, Cersei's got you now.
By the time they ate, it was far too late. For inside the meal,
Think of your past
she had cast a spell.
and your mistakes.
They began to squeal
They'll be the
and grow
last
snouts and tails.
mistakes you'll make.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
They transformed,
This is the price.
and it wasn't quick.
We paid to live.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
and to forgive.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all
All right,
the
Spirited
power.
Away.
No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer.
For
no,
real.
I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
We have to go save them.
No, we don't. Look at all
I
we've
want a
lost and
grill.
all we've learned. Every single cost is so much more.
I miss mowing the lawn, Odysseus.
Think about the men we have left before
We
they're
could be
gone.
cracking open a cold one with the boys that are left.
Keep an eye and let's run.
Of course I'd like to leave now. Of course I'd like to run. But I can hardly sleep now, knowing everything we've done. There's no length I wouldn't go if it was
boy.
you I had to
Oh,
save.
oh yeah. Oh,
I can only hope you do the same.
Kid Farrell for him.
Hermes sighted.
No one will find
And her voice deceives.
their way between.
What if she can't be killed?
My nymphs and I.
Will you choose to leave?
Their loving queen.
I don't know.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got
Oh, I
all
love
the
how smooth
power.
that
No, I'm not a
animation
player,
is.
I'm a
GG just gets
puppeteer.
better
No,
and
I don't
better.
play, I'm puppeteer,
She's
yeah.
a clever witch,
This is
Ah,
the
spin.
and she's hard to slay.
We pay
Yay,
to
spinning,
It's a game of
spinning
wits.
shot.
Two spins at the same time. In fact.
Have to try.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
All right, so starting off the Cersei saga.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm not a fan of this one. In fact, I think it might be my first immediate skip.
yeah, I know how you feel about this one in particular.
It's the peak queer baiting. It's the difficult rap verse, difficult to listen to. It's very tell don't show, especially with Eurylochus's relationship kind of taking a more forward stage than the events of the story. And I really do like Cersei's story is one of my favorites from the original. So we just skip over like a bunch of it here, and I'm not big on it.
Yeah, I think I get it too, like to the point of like, especially if you really love like the original, the original story, and like wanting more out of the Cersei section because like you love that section of the story. I do see it still as like, because this isn't an adaptation where we have to focus on Odysseus, it's like we do lose out on a little bit of that because of that. So if you especially have like that stronger connection to this particular part of the original story, then it does hurt a lot more not getting as much of it, right?
Yeah.
And like this is probably the song that has like the most Lin-Manuel Miranda vibes, I would say. It probably has the
100%.
I think it has the strongest of that in particular. Well, especially just because it has like, a little rap part in there for Eurylochus. And it's not the first time that you have like a lot of like quick lyrical like quick lyrical moments like that. Like definitely like you get that even in just like the opening number, when he's just like going through, like when Odysseus just like naming off the fucking army members, right? But this is definitely like that extra. This is that extra step above that where it's like, yeah, that's a lot more Lin-Manuel Miranda coded.
It is. Not all rap is Lin-Manuel Miranda, but this is.
That you can tell like that's the most strong, like that's the strongest that you get of that feeling for like the entire musical, I find. That being said, I still enjoy this song. And I enjoy all the songs in the Cersei saga to a degree, but in the overall like Epic the Musical like story, it's definitely not the most important. It's definitely the one that's not like, it doesn't leave as lasting an impact as like every other saga, which I think is fair. It kind of feels like its own thing. The praise I used to give it was, I was like, it's very self-contained. Like this is a very self-contained saga. It's like moment to moment to moment to moment. There's not really like a time skip or anything in here. It just like flows story-wise from bit to bit, but it doesn't build to like it doesn't add a great deal to the entirety of the musical. It gives you like a little bit of that like tense feeling between like Eurylochus like and Odie. Like Odie's like starting to get like you get that little bit here where he's like, man, goddamn, that sucked. But it kind of like gets pushed aside after the song, really.
Yeah.
So
it's
I think the songs are still entertaining, but I think it's story-wise and like what it adds to the musical itself, I think it just doesn't add as much as everything else does.
It slides between ideas musically and narratively and characterly, and it doesn't really do anything on its own.
Yeah, I still would put this above Storm for myself because Storm's just doesn't jive with me, but it's definitely like it's definitely yeah, I know, I'm such a monster. But I've had waves with this one. This is probably the song I've had the most drastic like change of opinion on over time. Where this was like this was definitely because I was listening to these like as they were releasing, and this was like up there as like one of my favorites for quite a while. And then it's slowly like as I got more and more epic, I was like, I don't think this is really staying up here anymore. I think this is going down. There are parts of it that are really great. But like as a whole, the saga I think goes down, and that hurts each song on an individual basis as well because of that.
Yeah, it has its moments, but there's nothing so vital to the story that I'm not that I don't mind just skipping ahead to the next song.
Yeah,
because the next song.
And why don't we go to that next song right now, Isaac?
Why don't we?
We shouldn't beat around the bush here. We should just go right to it. God, I wish I could laugh like that. Holy hell.
What a brilliant speech you gave.
Who goes there?
Just a friend.
There's some
Who could help
great,
you save
great
your men. A fairy like
voice
Cersei,
actor
not to be
performances
messed. You want to be
in this
special, you need the blessing
Oh,
of a
yeah.
musical
God.
concept
Divine
album.
intervention, someone who's not afraid
Honestly,
to
like,
send a message.
very, very close to how I see Belle in the original Beauty and the Beast. There is some, like, really good shit here.
Yeah.
And Hermes is just a... Oh.
You can be hurt or you can be hurt. Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night, the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. She can turn you to an animal that'll end up on a plate. She can all but make you fall in love like you're on your 100th date. She can conjure up a monster that'll grind you to the bone.
Come here.
She has all the ways to haunt you when you take her on alone. Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Wouldn't you like to use more than words? Deep in the night, the fight lasts for hours.
It's just so fucking good.
Oh,
Would you like to have
it's
some
just
of the
a...
magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night, the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. Oh, oh. Here in the root of this flower, there lies such a power to take her on. You must consume and digest it, then you'll manifest a being of your creation. All you need's imagination.
More drugs.
Though it's
More drugs,
only
baby.
you've beaten your
He just had a bad section of the trip, so
call this
he's
route
taking some more.
Yeah. Get ready to trip balls, son.
Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Wouldn't you like to use more than words? Deep in the night, the fight lasts for hours. You can be hurt or you can be hurt. Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night, the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Wouldn't you like to use more than words? Deep in the night, the fight lasts for hours. You can be hurt or you can be hurt. Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night, the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. Hermes, thank you. Don't thank me, friend. You very well may die. Good luck.
Oh, God. Love that. London, I have seen that miniseries, or bits of it.
Careful.
That TV version of...
Heed my advice.
I love Hermes, the way he floats around in that fucking miniseries. It's so funny. So, God, so, I mean, Isaac.
All right.
Isaac.
I have to give this one. I have to give this one a B for
You get-
banger.
For banger, baby!
Olympus tier, easy.
Yeah, this is
not under ruthlessness.
Under
but
Ruthless is
Olympus
technically,
tier.
but like, yeah, oh my God, it's so good. I love Troy. He's probably the artist that I have listened to the most outside of Epic from the cast. I love his work. I love his sound. He plays Hermes so well. And I love the disco vibes. It's just so good. Oh my God, it's so good. If anything, like, we can shit on the Cersei saga like as much as we want, Isaac, but as long as we still both appreciate that it still gave us Wouldn't You Like, and that alone.
It's not gonna listen. Yeah. It's not gonna be the last time that a Hermes song shows up and tops the chart of an otherwise saga.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, just so happy that it's here to give us happy moments. You want to know something really, really great about this song? So Jorge was having a lot of trouble trying to figure out what sound he wanted for Hermes, and especially for this song. Like, he was having a lot of time, like, he just couldn't figure it out. And you want to know how he figured it out?
I really do.
I believe his dad came home with a weird lamp that like was like a multiple ball thing that like changed colors as it spun around. He's like, pretty cool, right, son? And Jorge stared at the lamp and went, I got it. I know what Hermes is now. That was it. That lamp made this song happen.
I love you, lamp.
And I love that lamp now. I love that lamp. Oh my God. Thank you for the lamp.
Yeah, obviously this is just an incredible jam and fits the weird Hermes perfectly. I love it so much. It's a great standalone song, catchy as hell. Fits the narrative where it needs to go. It's a single, right?
Yeah, that's just a single. It just pops. It just fucking pops. And like, if you want to look at it like thematically, I really like that Hermes is there to help Odysseus like throughout this musical, because like I know like I don't know if it's in every version of like the original story, but I know certain versions have it where he is like Odysseus is like a descendant of Hermes. So it's like family looking out for family a little bit. It's like, that's kind of cool. They don't touch on that here very much. But I love that. I still love that Hermes is there for him. This song's just so good. Fuck, this song's so good. Oh, God.
The thing that I did want to bring up is from my research into these songs, I had to look up the etymology of the phrase "holy moly." Is it really from the Odyssey? Right?
Yeah.
It is not.
No, it is not.
Moly is just the name of a plant, and the fact that this is moly connected to the gods, aka holy moly, is a pure coincidence with how that phrase came about, which is a rhyming and shortening of the phrase Holy Mary.
Which is just hilarious that it works so well here.
It's great.
Like oh, what a great concept. This song was just so good.
So
and
good.
I think you're right where it's like it is smarter to have Ruthlessness above it, just for the fact of like the greater like theme connection to the entire musical. Like Ruthlessness is just like, you know, should be above it, but like, you know, we both know which one we're both listening to on the more regular basis.
I don't know. I need some Ruthlessness, like, you know, when I'm like trying to relax, get in the bathtub, chill down. Ruthlessness.
Yeah. Just like me with my child, like giving them a bath, or just come on, like dunking them in the water, like over and over again, just like the ruthlessness, this mercy. Yeah,
please don't hurt the child.
Please don't hurt the child.
But yes.
And then immediately when the light comes on, you're just like dancing with them. You're like, yeah, aren't we having fun now? The child's just like.
All right. Are we done with this one?
We are moving forward. We're you could say we're done with that one. For we got to get to the next one. That's such a stretch.
You're so close. You're so close.
There was a landing there. I lost like 5 wheels on the landing, but it was a good try.
All right, it's all right.
Well, let's get another boss fight. Let's go.
Lady of the palace, sorry
And
that I
and
asked
actually
this, but I
a
hope
boss
that
fight
I've been
that leaves enough space in the
I sent
music
out some
itself
scouts to
for
take
the
a look
fighting.
around
Yeah.
through here, and they wound
We
up
actually
Something
get
that
boss
really,
Through the years
yeah,
we
something that
sat
really
down
hasn't
to get a
happened
warm welcome,
until
so
this
I must
song.
ask just to be sure. Did you do something to them?
You got to get those points to the Cersei saga where you
All I
can.
did was reveal their true form.
Yep.
You turned them into pigs.
Ooh, got him.
I don't know who you are nor why you're here, but let me make this one thing clear. I've got people to protect, nymphs I can't neglect, so I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one wrong move, then you're done for. Anything I don't approve, then you're done for. I could put a spell on you, and you're done for. Boy, you better run, or soon you will be done for.
I don't mean to tip your scale, but you will fail at placing any spells on me.
Cocky
I just ate a
motherfucker.
flower, one that claims your power, so you better cower
Every
now
time.
and flee.
You think he'd
Must be
learn?
a liar, mortals can't acquire money without dire consequence.
Then I must be a god like you, cause I got this root from the ground with my bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine, yes. Well, regardless, you and I are now evenly matched. Our fates are intertwined, they're attached. I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect. So now there is no turning back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're done for. I will be the one to prove that you're done for. Not even a spell saves you, 'cause you're done for.
I'm sorry, Isaac. It's gotta go down.
You will be done for. You've lost.
My nymphs are like my daughters, I protect them at all costs. The last time we let strangers live, we faced a heavy loss. You've given me no reason to bestow you with my trust, but everyone's true colors are revealed in acts of lust.
I'm not sure I follow.
Drop it.
Yeah. Oh, your mama. Oh, your mama. So done for. Done for. Yeah, boy. So I'm assuming you put this in the immediate skip tier just for the fact that Chimera gets killed on screen. Very sad.
It's so sad. I'll forgive the animatic because I know that it's just a magical force
Manifestation. Yeah, a manifestation.
shaped like a chimera.
Sorry, I don't speak naked boobies.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What?
I don't understand what you're going. What are you trying to say?
What are you going on here? What do you got going? What I don't get it.
Which is obviously like shortened for musical purposes, but in the actual story, he does get seduced and stays there for like a year at least, I think.
Yeah. So
Ridiculous.
this is so okay, I'm making a bit of a change here on my tier list. I'm actually I think this is still around puppeteer levels for me.
Okay.
Like I feel like it's all right, I suppose, level ish. I think it's around there still. Like I think I feel fairly similar upon this. But I do think I like Puppeteer more. And like just as like a listening basis, I think I enjoy listening to Puppeteer more. So I think I'm actually going to put this one just in front of Storm. And I'm going to put Puppeteer at the top of It's Alright, I suppose. I think that feels better for me after listening to this. I'm like, no, I've listened to Puppeteer like a lot more overall than I have Done For. And Done For just feels like set up for what's coming up again.
I agree. I agree completely with the It's Alright, I suppose ranking. And because of the impacts later in the series, I think I'll put it in It's Alright, I suppose, beneath Open Arms. Open Arms is a bit above that for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's really close. It's really close there.
The fucking last line kills me though. Like,
yeah, that
what
last
do you
line.
mean, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure I follow.
What are you trying to say?
What are you going on about?
I'm an innocent guy. I'm a naive man.
I'm a little naive man. I need a little bit more. She's like, fine. And we get a whole other musical number to it's like, fine. All right, let's go a little bit more into detail.
Yeah. And so let's go a little bit more into detail.
Let's go.
I'm not sure I follow.
I'm not sure I follow.
There are other ways of persuasion.
Oh, it's the same. It's the same.
He's
same artist.
He's still confused. He's still so confused.
There are other roads to the soul. There are other actions of passion. You have so much left to learn. Want to save your men from the fire. Show me that you're willing to burn.
Who's to say with all mistakes are made
Don't be
that they will be the last?
Think of
God, you just know somewhere out there's a 10-year-old boy jerking it so hard at this.
This is the price we pay for love. There is no line, never enough. So much power, but there's no puppet here.
I can't.
Oh, he's so sad, boy. That's right. Hamilton is a bitch. Odie would never.
I got home, my wife awaits for
Look the
me.
fucking puppy dog
She's my
eyes.
everything, my Penelope.
Hamilton, yeah.
She's all my power.
If I can
all
prove that I
my
never touched
power,
my balls.
but it's been 12 long years, oh, 12 long years since I have seen my wife, and now the god of tides is out to end my life. So I beg you, Circe, grant us mercy and let us puppets leave.
Look, now that's how you apologize. It's better. You little simp.
There might be a way to evade him.
She's like, God,
There might
fine.
be
Ugh.
a way to get home. Though this other way's very dangerous. It might be your one final hope. I know of a brilliant prophet. Problem is this prophet is dead. I can't get you home, but I'll get you to the underworld instead.
I like that she has kind of like the blue theme, because she is kind of related to Poseidon as well. Poseidon's all over this fucking mythology.
There are many ways
I love
of
it.
persuasion. There are many modes of control. Maybe showing one act
That
of
fishiness.
kindness leads to kinder souls down the road. I remember actions of passion. I have been in love once
Hit that drum beat.
before. Maybe one day the world will
Also high
be
sax.
And this is where we get the best like example of like this now we get puppeteer in its best form.
Yes. We love a good like final chorus.
Yeah.
I don't know. It still doesn't hit quite as hard for me.
It's not like
No, not my pig.
it's not the you know what, and this is another one where I'm like I think the animatic like helps a lot in this instance, not with this one in particular. Actually, again, I gotta give a shout out to Gigi. I really like Gigi's animatic for this one. I think it really portrays Odysseus's like initial struggle and then like his expression of his feelings here like really well. But like overall, I think that this takes like the best parts of Puppeteer like at the end, which is great. I love how it does that. It's not like the strongest finale of any of the sagas that we've seen so far. I'd probably say it's probably the weakest finale song out of all of them. But even with that said, I would say it's still pretty. I think it's still pretty damn good. I would say it's still pretty damn good.
All right, I agree that it's one of the better songs. It's nowhere near Wouldn't You Like.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna just put it in the top of It's All Right, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right at the bottom of This Is Pretty Damn Good. Just
we're
right
pretty
down there.
we're pretty equal on this.
Yeah, like this saga is probably, I think it's probably the weakest just in general because of the overarching connection to the rest of the musical. I think there are some really cool things like in the Thunder Saga that I've gone into before that like are neat little things that connect to this. But generally speaking, it's like it's the B story. It's a side story, you know? This is our beach episode because they land on the beach.
And unfortunately, it is one of the most iconic stories of the musical. So we get a short saga with you know, a big like Hermes song to spice things up. But Short Saga, there's a Hermes song, hey, and then let's keep going. We've got a much
We got a much shorter saga
darker
next, much darker.
darker places to go.
But before that, we got a little goof.
A little goof.
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back.
I miss my wife.
I miss my wife, Cersei. That's so funny.
Instructions were clear.
All right, now here we go.
No matter what we
I don't actually know if I've seen this animatic.
full speed ahead until we find the prophet.
Very anime.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen this
This
one.
lot confuses your mind.
All right, well, let's check it
So
out.
no matter who we find, full speed ahead until we find the prophet.
Everyone, get your tissues ready.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's a neat. Okay, I like that a lot.
All I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who've died. Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems. And here in the underworld,
The ghost is like, yo.
Yeah, sup, bro?
this land confuses your mind.
Oh, there's the green.
Does a man become a monster? 558 men
550.
died under your command.
There's no way that I would sing in time with your song now.
Yeah,
Because we
absolutely.
started these videos different times, right?
We're right there, though. We're very close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who died. Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems. But in the underworld, the past seems close behind. I keep thinking of the infant from that night. I keep thinking of the infant from that night.
This life is amazing when you breathe with open arms.
Okay. So this is how I see Polyphemus, right? He's a young soldier,
Yeah.
right? I don't like as much the nerdy Twinkie version of him. Like, he's just young. He's just like everyone's kid brother
Yeah.
who ended up like in the squad, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Just young, just old enough to join the war, right?
That voice. It can't be.
That voice.
Oh.
Mom?
Oh,
Well done,
that mom.
Jorge. Not melodramatic line reads.
Odysseus, when you come home, I'll be waiting.
And that's Jorge's actual mom.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
I'll be
I'm right here, Mom. Can't you see? I'm waiting. I took too long
I'll always love you.
and ventured too
I'll
far
stay
while you were
waiting, waiting, waiting.
Bye, Mom. All I hear are screams. All I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who died. Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems. But in the underworld, your past is always close behind. Your past is always close behind. Down in the underworld.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's a little more anime, but I really like the scene composition and stuff there.
Yeah. God, it's like every time I hear this song.
All right.
No, no, that's Olympus tier. I'm not even gonna like even sugarcoat it. Like just the I took too long. That alone. Oh God, I can't. I almost sob every time.
Do you? I don't know if this is too personal a question, but is your mom still around?
My mom is still around.
Well, you better fucking call her.
Yeah. It's like you gotta call her. It's man, and like you know what I see when I hear this, especially the only thing I can think of when I hear this song, is I think of the moment Jorge loses his mom, and then this is what he has left with her, right? It's like this, like this is like his goodbye to her at that point as well, and that is devastating to me on an idea basis.
It's one of those things where, you know, art can bring you peace, even if it's a fear and the thing hasn't come to pass yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And
yeah, call your fucking, if you're in chat, call your mom.
Call your mom. Call your mom and like or your mom figure in your life, you know, like whoever.
Yeah,
whoever
or your
is.
whoever you consider your mom.
And just like oh man, in like overall, like what this song does, and like not to mention like the Polities punch right before that, like having the entire soldier line come back and haunt him immediately, and then Polities right there. I think Polities is enough of like of a gut punch to him, but I love the fact that his mom has that moment here because it shows that like it reminds Odysseus that there are other people that he was trying to get back to as well that we don't get to see often. And I think not mentioning her until now is very deliberate because it's a shock to Odysseus just as much as it is to us. He goes, "What do you mean my mom's here? What do you mean?" Like there's like it like the cuz like the idea of even losing a parent is so far away from your mind of like how do you even like how do you live like that? Like if you have your parents, the idea of losing a parent is so foreign. Like what do you mean the people that were like if you had parents with you growing up, right?
Yeah.
Then how do you imagine a world where they aren't there? Right? Like that,
especially when you're grown up and you're out on your own, and you know it just you don't even get to be there. You just hear about it.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's just like it kills me, that idea. I think the only solace I have from that concept in general is actually something Markiplier said once, because Markiplier's dad passed away when he was like a young adult, like very, very young adult. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he was told a thing, it was like the 90% of the time that you spend with your parents is from when you're like up until you're 18. Like 90% of the time that you get to spend with them is in that time frame. And it's like, that's the solace that he needs. Like, I got the most time. And it's like, I can look at that solace of like, even if I don't get to see my family as much anymore, or if my parents were to pass away suddenly and tragically early on, you know, at this point, it's like, I'm lucky enough that I've gotten the most time with them. I got like that large chunk, and not everyone gets that. So it's like, I appreciate that bit that I do get, because not everyone is welcome enough to have that. And I love how this song represents that, and just what a masterclass this fucking song is. Oh my god.
Great.
Oh, this is the first.
It's one of the only compilation songs, motif driven songs that I would just say, like, someone just listen to this.
Yeah, just listen to this. It's like you get it just from listening to it on its own. Like you really don't need anything else. Everything that's in it gives it's just sets it. This for me is above Ruthlessness, I think, just on a very personal, emotion-driven level. I think Ruthlessness is still stronger overall for the musical, but I would be lying to myself if I didn't put this above it.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Just wow, what a start to a saga, man! If I there's no way it keeps up that momentum. Dun,
yeah,
dun, dun,
Underworld will probably be the top song for a while. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. Oh, also, this is my favorite animatic for this too, which is great.
I am the prophet with the answers you seek. Time, I've unlocked it. I see past and future running free. There is a world where I help you get home, but that's not a world I know.
What?
I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer you. This can't be. We've suffered and sailed through the toughest of hells. Now you tell us our efforts for nothing. I see your palace covered in red, faces of men who had long believed you're dead. I see your wife with a man who is haunting, a man with a trail of bodies. I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer you.
Cool visual. And also very inspired by the Hercules depiction of the underworld.
Yeah, a little bit.
With all the hands and the big drop into nothingness.
Oh my god. Just. Okay. So yeah, back-to-back absolute masterpieces.
Just send it up. Send it up.
Just put it right up there.
Up. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Up.
Up. Yeah, no. Higher.
Yeah.
All the way. It's like, god damn. This I think, if we're talking just like what supports this musical the best and what is like, I think this might be the best song of the musical.
I'm inclined to agree.
I wouldn't say it's my personal favorite to listen to all the time, but this is, I think, the best. I think No Longer You is the best. It is so goddamn good. Oh my god.
And so two things. First off, in addition to being just an incredible song, I love that it is the only song in the musical that's in a waltz time, 3/4, which literally puts Tiresias out of time with the rest of the musical.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
That's so smart.
But also, we analyzed the hell out of this song when I listened through it the first time, and it was a constant companion for the rest of the musical as I tried to piece together what each prophecy meant and how it could fit together with what was to come.
Yeah, just that,
But
and I love that.
Even after all that, watching this animatic even kind of made me realize that all the things Tiresias prophesizes are also things that have already happened in the musical.
Yeah.
Right?
It's both. It's like cuz he sees time on like every like at once, right? He sees the past and the future of what's
and future running free.
It's like perfect, and he tells you that, like, oh my god, this song's so good. And it's hard to beat a thematic and musical high point like this, but then not only do you have just the most incredible vocalist doing an incredible job, you have an actual single word exclamation that doesn't sound melodramatic. Holy fuck. Yeah, just one of my favorite touches about this song in particular, and it's like this actually goes to a greater theme that Jorge with the way that he composes the songs in the musical. Jorge really loves 7 and 9 chords, and he loves ending songs on 7 and 9s.
True.
And I don't know if this is intentional of him or if it was subconscious of him, but you don't get a proper, like, you don't usually get a very proper, like, nice, straight, standard root chord until, like, the very end of the show, until the very last moment of the show. And this moment right here, the halfway point of the show, I love it because it does end on that root chord, but those last trailing notes climb down all the way to the second, and it stays there. It doesn't let you have that comfort. It won't, because you're just like Odysseus here, where you don't get that full. You didn't get the answers that you wanted. You didn't get what you wanted here, and you don't get it yet. You have a whole half of an adventure to go before you get that moment, and that's so good here. God, I love it. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Oh, this song's so good. Man, there's no way a third one could be good either. There's no way.
Yeah, probably like a B tier.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna be. You know, let's just get it out of the way. Let's just
get it out. Watch the next one.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
has everything been turned against us?
Oh, but a GG animatic.
Oh, this might be my favorite animatic by them, by the way.
So
Nice.
How am I to reunite with my estranged? Do I need to change? I'm surrounded by the souls of those I've lost. I'm the only one whose line I haven't crossed. What if the greatest threat we'll find across the sea is me? What if I'm the monster? What if I'm in the wrong? What if I'm the problem that's been hiding all along? What if I'm the one who killed you every time I cave to guilt? What if I've been far too kind to foes, but a monster to ourselves? What if I'm the monster? Is the Cyclops struck with guilt when he kills? Is he up in the middle of the night? Or does he end my men to avenge his friend and then sleep knowing he has done him right? When the witch turns men to pigs to protect her nymphs, is she going insane? Or did she learn to be colder when she got older and now she saves them the pain? When a god comes down and makes the fleet drown, is he scared that he's doing something wrong? Or does he keep us in check so we must respect him and now no one dares to piss him off? Does a soldier use a wooden horse to kill sleeping Trojans cause he is vile? Or Or does he throw away his remorse and save more lives with guile? If I became the monster and threw that guilt away, would that make us stronger? Would it keep our foes at bay? If I became the monster to everyone but us, and made sure we got home again, who would care if we're unjust? If I became the ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. And deep down I know this well. I lost my best friend, I lost my mentor, my mom, 500 men gone. This can't go on, I must get to see Penelope and
Fitting shot. Oh, so close.
Oh, just wait.
Oceans and beaches, I'll go where Poseidon won't reach us.
Oh,
And
shit.
if I gotta drop
Frame rate has
infant from a
increased.
wall in an instant so we all don't die, then I'll become the monster. I will deal the blow, and I'll become the monster like none they've ever known. So what if I'm the monster lurking deep below? I must become the monster, and then we'll make it whole. Penelope, Telemachus. Hopelessness is mercy upon ourselves. I'll become the monster.
Oh God.
I became
Oh, I think that's. What do you think? Is that a good one? I
Fucking
don't know.
God. Why is this saga so fucking good?
I will say
Holy shit.
of the saga, this is probably my least favorite, but it's still Olympus tier. Like, how
Yeah.
can it not be?
It's still Olympus tier. Just like, oh my God. I don't know how the hell you cook that hard. Like, what a way to end. Like, the end of Act 1 ends that strong. That is insane how good that quality is.
Well, so there's this book called Thinking Fast and Slow. Have you heard it, read of it?
I have not.
Okay. So this guy goes deep into brain psychology and relates it to a lot of different real life experiences. It's a thick book, really hard to read, but it's fascinating. And one of the things that he points out is that the way that our memory works is we tend to remember only two parts of something, the highest emotional point and the ending. And I think that putting this here really cements, like, you're leaving for the intermission with just like, holy fuck, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like that.
No
just
matter
leaves
how
you on
many
such a
how many
high.
like puppeteers or survives or open arms there were, like, you know, you ended on the high point, no longer you, and then
Yeah.
such a great emotional finisher monster, right? Just so good.
Like, what a just man, just so fucking good. It's just so good.
I also
Man.
really appreciate that Gigi is kind of creating their own lore here with like this like blacked out figures representing the monstrous parts, and looking back, like Poseidon had that in the design as well, like a blacked out arm.
And you
like,
saw those like figures in other
monstrousness.
and you saw that same figure like pop up in like the earlier animatics that they have as well. Like even earlier than that. I think even the first couple ones
'cause-
has like little glimpses
yeah.
of that. Like immediately in The Horse and the Infant and just
right,
again,
because
like
Gigi
there's a
did
little
the
bit
first
of
one
that.
too.
Yeah, there's it's like
so good.
God, it's just that song is insane. Just what a way to close Act 1. it's like you can't gush about it enough. It's just you get it immediately. You hear this saga, any song in the saga, and you just get it.
It's my favorite. It's God tier. It's the best saga. It's A+, S rank, #1. Right. It's the best saga, and all the songs are Olympus tier. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, God, it's so good. All right, well, end of Act 1.
Do we have overall thoughts on your list so far?
So, I feel pretty good about my list. I mean, right now, if I'm going bit by bit, like the top tier, I have No Longer You, The Underworld, Ruthlessness, then Monster, Wouldn't You Like, and Just a Man. Like that's my Olympus tier. I feel really, really confident about that in particular.
I'm softer on Just a Man. In fact, Just a Man is now mid popped off tier. Still good, but I also switched Wouldn't You Like and Monster for personal reasons.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I do have a couple songs that listening to it again, looking back on it, I'm like, I can do without Survive, and I wish Puppeteer was a different song.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think you know what, and taste and time like really change anyway with anything, right? But it's nice to know that even on like an individual song basis, like even if there's something that doesn't completely jive or doesn't like land 100%, that it doesn't fully detract from like everything else that really does stick that landing. I think it just goes to show like the overall quality of the musical is like so strong that it's like even the things that you're like that you can be like, yeah, I really could do without that, don't take away from like, you know, like the Underworld saga as a whole just being still as strong as it is. Doesn't take away from it one bit.
For sure. Well, unfortunately, it is getting pretty late for me.
I was going to say, it is pretty late for you. I was going to say, this feels like a really good spot to take a pause on this halfway through the show.
I think so too. I think so too. Everyone go to the bathroom, take an intermission. Unfortunately, the intermission is probably going to be a month.
But we will come back and we will finish this off. And we'll dive into into Act 2. And I'm really excited to go into Act 2 because I think Act 2 for me has some of my overall favorites. I love the Underworld saga, but I don't know if it's my favorite saga. I will say there is a saga in Act 2 that might beat it for me.
So I'm all right. I'm curious, but also I think that I will have to continue to view the musical with open arms because things change. Underworld is still so good. Maybe I will come back to some of these other sagas and see them differently.
Yeah, and I'll be really excited to talk about them more when we come back and actively get into it. But man, God, this was such a fun time. Thank you, Isaac, for joining in for this.
Absolutely. I am so happy to finally watch some animatics and talk more about this great music and just, hang out. It's cool. It's fun.
It's always a fun hangout.
Cool to talk about music.
What a thunk, eh? Love talking about music. That shit's good.
Now, as I said, it's hard for us to get a schedule aligned, so it might be sometime in May when we actually get to realign and get back together and finish this tier list.
Yeah.
I'll send you a screenshot of my current tier list just so
Yeah, I'll send you mine as well, so that we can both have that, and we can
Cool.
absolutely bully each other's thoughts and opinions on that as well. So
Sounds.
because that's the healthy way to
Sounds
do it. That's
good.
that's the
So
healthy way.
healthy. Nothing in the bottom two, huh?
Nothing. Yeah, I'm a little bit more. I think I'm a little bit more biased. I'm a little bit more
Open in
biased, I
browser.
think.
I can show yours on screen.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
share.
All right. I can understand your picks. I can understand. But yeah, I think you are in general, you're higher on this musical than me. Your skew is slightly higher.
My skew is slightly higher. That is certain for sure. But I mean, like, to be fair, you only have 2 in those bottom tiers, 1 in each.
It's
otherwise
true.
everything
it's still
else
a
is
good musical.
Yeah, we're still pretty
Yeah.
close overall.
True. So I actually have a request for you.
Okay.
And I promise this is not a white elephant gift. This is a legitimate thing that I think you would enjoy. I would like to ask you to start a piece of media for me that maybe we can talk about a little bit in the future.
I would absolutely. You know what? That is only fair. I mean, you went through all the effort of going through Epic. I can only oblige.
Okay.
I swear, if you say One Piece, though, I'm gonna lose it. Just like, all right, here goes the next 10 years of your life. Good luck. Why are you
It's
silent?
One Piece.
It is
It's
not.
One Piece.
It is not. You know what? If that is the request, I am willing to give it a shot.
Okay. So here's so let me set an expectation.
Okay.
I think that the best truth source of One Piece is the colored version of the manga.
Okay.
Right. So the manga is kind of the source material. The color adds the vibrancy of the world. You don't have to deal with the filler arcs of the anime or the voice acting or whatever, right? I think the colored version of the manga is the best. And I'm of the opinion that even though there are over 1,000 chapters of the manga currently,
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that if you read the first 100 chapters and you have not found anything to enjoy, to love about the manga, to want you to keep reading, I will accept that it is not for you.
You'll have like an exit door like on the way to the ride.
Yeah, the first 100 chapters compromise the first major story arc, which is a few small story arcs put together. Right, it's not 100 chapters of just the same characters, but it is the first major saga of the adventure that is One Piece. If you read that and you don't want to keep going, I get it. It's not for you.
I am absolutely willing to give that a shot. If you can get me the best resource to absorb that media, because I'm
Yes.
not in the realm of normally in that media, I will
Yes.
100% give that a go.
I will send you a link right away.
There you go. That's
I
completely fair.
want more people to talk to One Piece about.
Captain.
Eurylicus.
It's literally Eurylicus being like, Captain, have you read One Piece? What?
whatever you're trying to say, Eurylicus, it can wait. No,
It can wait.
Captain.
No, Captain, I don't think you
Not a-
understand. Luffy ate a
Not
fruit.
anymore.
That's as much as I know. Like, Luffy ate fruit. It's like, oh my god, he's healthy diet.
He's
I'm about to learn.
so you don't even worry. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I thank you so much for having me on this shared stream.
Yeah, thanks for
This is
doing
my
it.
first time. This is my first time doing. It's my first time doing this sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's fun, right? I've been doing it a little bit more with people, and I find it's really fun, and I find it connects people a lot. And this one in particular, this might be one of my favorite streams that I've done all year. This was such a blast.
Hell yeah!
And just like the Underworld saga, it means we still got a second half. We still got another one that we're gonna have. That's fucking
Oh my
great.
god!
Well, bam!
Oh,
the Manic baby.
Bam! We have to finish this series. We have to get Eurylicus back to the grill.
We gotta get him back. We gotta get him back to the grill, guys. He needs that cold one with the boys.
The remaining boys.
He needs to work on the siding of the house, which isn't very fun, but it's his project and it feels good to get it done, you know?
Oh boy.
All right, with that, Isaac, I will leave you for your evening.
Thank you. Are you going to keep going on your stream?
No, I'm gonna end off for today. I got a project I'm working on, and I'm gonna use the rest of my weekend to kind of work on that.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you best of luck, and yeah, thank you for doing this and introducing me to this amazing musical.
And thank you for taking the chance on it and being here today to talk about it. I'm just happy to have somebody who is just as excited to talk about, to break something down, especially thematically and musically. It is such a treat to be able to have those kind of conversations, and I'm just lucky I get to have it with you, buddy.
All right. We'll figure out when we're doing this next, and I'll see you then.
I'll see you then. Take care, Isaac.
Bye.
And thank you so much, chat, for watching. We really appreciate it. I'll have this up on the VOD channel very soon. And if you're watching on the VOD channel, I hope you enjoyed watching it. And I hope you can't wait for the next part of this epic saga. I had such a blast today. I cannot wait to talk about the second half of this musical. I think overall it is stronger than the first half in a lot of aspects. But we'll save those thoughts for when we get to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be prepared for more streams coming up. Got a fun batch of things, a lot of surprises in store. I hope you guys have a good one. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Name the monster and threw that guilt away. Would that make us stronger? Would it keep our foes at bay? If I became